The Falcon, he tries to go to light speed, it doesn't work. He goes, zzz, 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 zzz. So the FODS goes boom on the dashboard, and then it goes into light speed, and he goes, hey, and Chewbacca goes, waka waka.
Well, I want to see this movie. We are live. Hello, world.
Hi.
Let's get you guys pulled up here on the screen so I can actually read what you're saying. I never bothered to mention I was going live today, so hopefully people remember.
Hi.
Did your kid have school today?
Yeah.
They canceled like school for my... I don't understand why. Like they were calling for snow, but like it never actually did.
Well, we got worried that that they were going to close early. And that would have been a pain because my wife and I would have left for work and everything. And my wife, takes the train into the city. Then she's got to come all the way back. It's like that kind of thing's a real... It's like, as they say, S word or get off the pot. You know?
I don't know why, like... I mean, this isn't true for the rest of the... Like, everywhere else, but... Here in Pennsylvania, like, anytime they call for snow... I just assume we're not going to get like anything. And if we do get snow, we have to get like I always go, okay, we might get it, but I'm going to just assume we're not going to, because I'd say like 95% of the time when they're like, man, we're going to get hit by a major storm. There's all this snow coming, and it ends up being like
John Belarus
either nothing or like a flurry.
John Belarus storm. Remember the John Belarus incident?
No, what was that?
John Belarus was calling for the storm of the century, and he was the only one of the like weather guys calling for it. He was like, storm of the century, storm of the century. Then nothing happened, and he became like a laughing stock. He basically got like laughed out of the city. Then like years passed, he came back on Channel 29, and everyone was like, oh great, John Belarus is back.
Yes, the camera's on. Cinefun. Yes, let me get you guys a little bigger here. Hey, am I doing the right button? That's not working. Isn't it? Wait, I haven't done this in a while. Oh, there we go. There we go. Merry Christmas, Brent. Hello.
Hi, right, everybody.
You guys are pulled up here now. We can actually read what you're saying. There we go. I was actually, I remember earlier this year when they were calling for like our first snowfall, which was like a couple weeks ago. I was watching the news, and it's ridiculous how they're like, Stormwatch 2019, and like they make it this huge thing. Literally, they were calling for flurries. They weren't even calling for snow. They were calling for some. We were gonna get some flurries. That was gonna be about it. And they were like watching the news. I couldn't help but laugh because they were making it out to be like we were all gonna die. And it's like literally, you're telling us they're calling for flurries, but you're making it this huge. It's like, is that how sad the news is right now? Like, there's just nothing to talk about. Like, I can guarantee you, over in the world, like over in other parts of the country, there's some bad stuff going on. Let's talk about that. Like.
Yeah, super chat here from Bradshaw Studios.
Nice, thank you, Bradshaw Studios, or Bradshaw Studio, not multiple studios, just one studio. He says hello from Bend, Oregon. Never been to Bend, Oregon.
Daniel asks if I did any Black Friday shopping.
Yeah, where were you again?
I really did not. I was in Virginia. I woke up in Virginia, then drove home. And then I spent most of Black Friday decorating the house once I got home. Putting the tree up, doing the stuff.
That stinks.
Yeah.
We put up just a little tiny tree because I wasn't gonna put anything up, but we had family over for Thanksgiving. And I figured, I should do a little bit of decorating. So we had this tiny little tree we had since I was a little kid, and I remembered I'm like, I think it's still up in the attic. So I went up and grabbed it and just strung like one string of lights on it and put some ornaments on it. I was like, done. Because I wasn't putting up the big tree this year. We're not gonna be here.
We got 2 Christmas trees. We had to put up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Trees. Did you see them? Were they up when you were?
They were up.
Okay.
Yeah.
They weren't decorated yet though.
No, they weren't.
Because we just decorated them.
Oh,
this
they were
past
decorated. Oh, okay, they're not.
But yeah,
But I like how I've made your Christmas decorations.
Oh yes, the picture of you and I on Santa's lap.
Yes, that's a good picture. Kinder, my favorite Powerpuff Girl, that'd be Buttercup.
Hey Kyle, sorry to hear that. Kyle's uncle's in the hospital.
Oh, sorry, sorry
So
about
we're
your
sorry to
uncle.
hear. I hope he feels better.
Don't hang with Mickey during his term, or you'll be stoned at the house of mouses, Marty. This is true, but I can think of worse things.
Brent asked if we'd like to see a Star Wars Star Trek crossover.
Wow.
Sure, why not?
But I want it to be directed by was it J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
He's done both. So.
I know, that's why I want him to. It would have to be a J.J. Abrams crossover movie, and well, he would have to be in it, right? He didn't die or anything. I'm drawing blank. Shaun the Dead.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, he didn't die in like any of the Star
No.
Trek movies. He's
No.
still around, right?
Yeah, he even wrote.
Okay.
He wrote the last one.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the best. It was the best one of the new series.
I don't remember if I've even seen the last one.
Oh, it's really good.
I need to rewatch
it's
them
really
all.
good. It's
I gotta rewatch them all. Which one is it?
Star Trek Beyond. I always say it was the best Star Trek movie in 20 years because the last Star Trek movie that good was 96.
I don't think I did. I think I watched Star Trek in the Darkness. I don't think I've ever watched Star Trek Beyond.
Into Darkness was garbage. But yeah, Beyond made up for it.
What I think of scary movies to tell in the dark? I thought it was good, too heavy on the CGI. That was my main issue with it, is that there was just the creatures were too CGI, and I can't get all that scared of somebody running from a cartoon. Like, it just doesn't freak me out. Like, that's why if I watch a good 80s horror movie,
it was Judge Doom. When I killed your brother,
I talked just like this. But that's why if I watch a good 80s movie where it's like, it's a zombie or something like that, but it's just some dude in like creepy makeup, it freaks me out. I'm like, oh man, it looks so scary. But nowadays, if there's a zombie, it's some CGI thing walking towards you, and it's like, it looks like a cartoon. I don't care how good the CGI is, it still looks like a cartoon. You can tell it's CGI. Like,
I don't know that that's always true. Like when they changed Yoda to a CGI in episode 2, I thought he looked really good.
But I still know that CGI.
Well, you know it, but you know it because do you know it because you can tell to look at it, or because you know it?
No, because I can tell and look at it.
See, I don't know. I think it looks pretty close. Sometimes I feel like they've kind
because
of
they used Yoda puppetry in Last Jedi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could tell, and it looked better.
See, I couldn't tell in The Last Jedi.
I could. I don't know. I just prefer makeup and good special effects. I mean, here's the thing. I feel that CGI. I'm not against CGI. I'm not a person who's like, I hate CGI. CGI should be used when it's needed. When it's like, okay, we cannot do this effect with makeup. It would either be just way too difficult or impractical or it's impossible. Boom, CGI. But when it's like, we could just do really like kick butt makeup on this person and make them look totally freaky, do it. Like, don't be like, oh, why get a guy in a costume as a zombie when you can just CGI him in? It's like, that's not scary. Like, you're running from a cartoon.
Yeah, I don't mind if they use CGI to enhance it though.
Yeah.
Like if you have 20 guys in costumes and one CGI like 70 more guys behind them.
Like, that was my biggest problem with what's the movie called?
American Werewolf in Paris.
Drag
Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell. Yeah. Like, I thought the movie, it definitely, the movie itself was very much written like a Sam Raimi movie. It had that Sam Raimi feel. I liked the movie itself. The movie, the story, all that stuff I thought was great. What killed that movie for me is the overuse of CGI. There was so much CGI in that movie.
I don't even remember the CGI in that movie.
Oh, it killed it for me. Because I went into it thinking like, oh man, we're going to get like, Evil Dead special effects here. This is gonna be awesome. Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, here we come. And it was just like, it was CGI fest. I was like, ugh. Like, it ruined it for me. I don't know.
See, I kind of feel like they've perfected CGI now. Like I think CGI looks photorealistic as long as it's done with a good budget. Like, if you're talking about sci-fi on a Saturday night, like, here comes Mansquito, that's cheap CGI.
Like, yeah.
That's not, but, like something in a Star Wars movie.
No, see, now I'm in this, can't get this, like, position right where it's, like, not showing the box. Whatever. Deal with it. Anyway.
James wants to know who your favorite Sesame Street character is, because clearly you are the Sesame Street expert.
Am I?
Here.
This is bugging me. Hold on.
On this couch.
Who's my favorite Sesame Street character? Ugh. I don't know who I say my favorite. That's better. I don't know who I say my favorite character is. Wow. I don't know. Who's yours favorite? I know you have a favorite. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it would be a toss up between Grover.
Between Guy Smiley.
Oh, Guy Smiley was awesome. No, I love Guy Smiley, but no, it would be a toss up between Grover or Cookie Monster probably. But I do have, I mean, I know we're going obscure here, but I do have a weakness, as anyone who knows me will tell you, for Harvey Knee Slapper. I always love Harvey Knee Slapper. I got very excited because he makes an appearance in the 50th anniversary special, and I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, "Oh my God, they used Harvey Knee Slapper!"
I'm gonna go with the shark from when he sings about this pearly whites. I'm gonna go. Does he count? He's a Muppet.
Yeah,
he's in
sure.
that. He's in that one episode or that one song. I'm gonna say, there you go, deep cut. All right. Where are we at? I don't know. Sorry, we were talking. Oscar Grouch, yeah.
Back Quinn asked which our favorite Shakespeare film adaptation. I'm gonna say Forbidden Planet.
Is that?
It's based on The Tempest.
Oh, I don't know. What's that movie about? The conspiracy where Shakespeare didn't write his own stuff. That's pretty good.
George Lucas in Love.
All right, I don't. People, you know what I really dislike in live chats when people just keep asking my favorite this, my favorite that, and they get mad we don't answer them.
What's your favorite brand toilet paper? I like Charmin.
I like sand. Sandpaper.
Oh. You're not coarse like sand. Sand is coarse.
God, I wish they would have cast like not have cast him at all. I
think he's a good actor. I think he
not in the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, but Natalie Portman wasn't a good actor in the Star Wars movies.
Was okay.
And Ewan McGregor wasn't a good actor in the Star Wars movies.
I didn't have anything wrong with them.
See, I thought they were every bit as bad and wooden as he was. Now, I know they're good because I've seen them in other things. He had the misfortune of... that was kind of his debut, so people just kind of saw him out of the gate and were like, oh, this guy's terrible.
I didn't mind Natalie Portman. I didn't mind Ewan McGregor either. I mean, I'm not saying they were like top notch, the best acting they've ever done, but it didn't bug me or anything like that.
I thought they were wooden, really wooden.
But Anakin, what's his name?
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen. Like, it wasn't very. He didn't act very well in that movie, and he had those creepy like I'm gonna murder you in your sleep eyes all the time, and that bugged the crap out of me.
He needed that though, because he turns into Darth Vader.
I don't. It's so creepy. Like every time he's looking at Padme, I'm like, wait, are you in love or do you want to hang her? Like what's going on here? Like it's creepy. Still love. I love the prequels. Episode 2, not my favorite, but I do love the prequels.
I like each prequel better than the last. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite of the prequels. Attack of the Clones is my second favorite of the prequels. And I find Phantom Menace hard to watch.
I'd go 3, 1, 2. I actually really like Phantom Menace. Yeah, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I wouldn't say that any of the Star Wars movies are perfect.
I would say 3 of them are perfect.
I know you would.
And when I say 3 of them are perfect, I mean the original theatrical cuts of 2 of the 3, not the special edition cuts.
Michael, yes, I did see the Pet Sematary movie. It was horrible. It was not good at all. Right? Watch the original. So much better.
John asks, is there a public forum where digital codes can be sold? The answer is Facebook.
Although technically, aren't they supposed to not be sold?
Well, yeah, but there's a ton of groups on Facebook. You just got to get into one. Find one. Go look up digital codes, digital movie codes. You'll find a group on Facebook, and you can sell them. You can buy them. You can trade with our old friend J2H, who sells quite a bit of codes. He sold me a code for a movie, and then I found out last week he got it for free.
Yeah,
that was.
Well,
so it's like, here's a free movie. The movie cost him like -$6 because he got $6 back.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I saw stuff like that donated to me all the time. Somebody said, Corey asks if I ever consider hunting back in North Carolina. I plan on hopefully going back down there this summer. That's the plan. I got friends who live there. I want to get back down there. I'll be driving through North Carolina on, I guess that'd be Saturday. The question is, I don't know when. I'm heading down to Florida. I'm leaving Friday night, but I'm leaving late Friday night. So the question is, will I make it that far and like sleep somewhere in the area? And like I don't know when I'll hit North Carolina. I might hit North Carolina at like 4 a.m. in the morning, or I might hit North Carolina at like noon the next day. I have no idea. It'd be cool to make a pit stop, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm actually heading to Georgia first. I'm actually doing a pit stop in Georgia for a couple days and then continuing on to Florida. So I will be hunting in Georgia. If any of you guys live in Georgia, let me know. Any Netflix movie recommendations?
Netflix movie recommendations.
Birdhouse?
Dolomite is my name.
Oh man.
The Irishman.
Oh yeah, Irishman was good.
Irishman's very good. Dolomite, my name is great.
You mean The Irishman?
The Irishman.
The Irishman.
Yes. Backquin says, question for Joe, who's the best character in Next Generation or Deep Space Nine? Of those two, Next Generation or Deep Space Nine, I'm gonna say probably Captain Benjamin Sisko. I love Captain Sisko.
Mike, somebody asked if I was excited about my trip. Oh, there we go. Jamel asked that. Yeah, of course I am. I'll be gone for like pretty much all December. It's gonna be fun. Get to do a little bit of hunting in Georgia, and then continue on to Walt Disney World. So, for those of you who don't like Walt Disney World videos, you're screwed.
Marty McFly says the best actor in the Star Wars prequels is E.T. And that brings to mind, did you watch the E.T. commercial?
Yeah, I did. It was
oh
pretty
my
cool.
God. I don't know that a commercial has ever made me tear up before like that.
It was, I didn't tear up. But here's the thing.
Well,
one of the reasons I didn't tear up probably is because E.T. again was one of those movies I saw as a kid, but I was never like super into as a kid. I saw it once as a kid, and I saw it like again as an adult. But it was not a movie that like E.T. was not a big thing for me growing up, even though it was 82, right?
Yeah.
Even though it came out the same year I was born and was still big when I was a little kid. E.T. was big for years past the actual movie.
E.T. had that mystique where it came out in 1982 and never came out on home video until 1987. So it was like this movie that was like, it was probably the last like special movie, if you know what I mean. Like, you know how like there was the whole Disney thing and the, you know, even the original Star Wars where it was like a movie, you would see it and then you had to wait for it to get a theatrical re-release to see it again. And until it got, you wouldn't see that again. And E.T. was probably the last of those movies, I think.
So I thought the commercial was great. It was very well done, but I didn't get all emotional. I heard other people say something you said, but I think if E.T. maybe meant more to me, it would have done that to me.
Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite movies.
It's funny how there's like all those movies like from the 80s and stuff like that like I technically grew up with, or that came out when I was like a little kid, that a lot of my friends were big fans of, that I just never watched. Like there's so many movies out there that I did watch. Like I used to watch, you know, all like the Indiana Jones movies all the time, Back to the Future movies all the time, the Witches all the time, Little Monsters, Monster Squad, like movies like that. Oh my God, I've seen those movies like 4 million times. I watched them all the time as a kid. But then there's movies like E.T. that like maybe I saw like once. There's The Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. I saw those like once each as a kid. Like that was it. I was never into those movies. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I've seen a million times. You know what I mean? Like movies like that I saw a zillion times. But there's all these movies that just for some reason when I was a kid, they never struck a chord with me, I guess.
There were so many Easter eggs in that E.T. commercial. Like, it's only 4 minutes long, and they squeeze so much into that 4 minutes. Like, one of the things that really, really, like, I couldn't believe it. I didn't notice it till a repeat viewing. I watched the commercial, like, 3 or 4 times. And I didn't notice it till, like, the 3rd or 4th time I watched the thing. But when E.T.'s in the bedroom and Elliot goes to see what's wrong, and he, like, shows him the picture of his family. When Elliot walks into the bedroom, hanging, framed in the bedroom, is the picture of E.T., that Elliot drew in class.
Oh, really?
Movie, when the teacher was walking by and picked it up. I couldn't believe that. It was But
they couldn't squeeze Drew Barrymore into it.
Well, they got to do a commercial next year where they go visit Drew Barrymore.
There you go. Jess, Goonies. Yeah, Goonies. I used to watch a movie all the time as a kid. That's another movie I've seen like a million times. And James, is Monster Squad any good? Heck yes, Monster Squad is amazing. See that movie.
How come Dustin never visits my live chats?
And yes, Dustin.
I got a special hippo for super chats and everything.
Dustin, thank you very much. We have a super chat from Dustin. $20 Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Dustin. I'll save that $20 for Georgia and or Disney. I'll grab something nice. We'll see. Maybe I'll pick up some Funko Pops. Has anybody asked about my Funko Pops yet? No, I don't think so. I got to do a video on them. I'll have a video coming later on this week about Funko Pops.
Dustin, come over to Crazy After Dark on Wednesday. I got you. You can see the Super Chat Hippo. We have a special Super Chat Hippo over on Crazy After Dark.
John, I mean, I know you already kind of answered this, but John asked again. Did you get any Black Friday movies at all? Like, because you said you didn't go out, but did you get any?
Well, I picked up a bunch at Dollar Tree. That's about it. I picked up a bunch at Dollar Tree, and I got a message yesterday that Amazon was having a Star Trek sale.
Oh, they were doing that again?
So I picked up Discovery Season 2. And it was only $10 cheaper than it regularly is, but I'm still like, oh, it's $10. I was gonna buy it anyway. I'll buy it for $10 less.
I think I have all the Star Trek seasons, because I think last time Amazon had a Star Trek sale, they had a bunch of the seasons on sale for like stupid. Like it was or it's not a season series. It was like, here's the complete series of like, Nemesis and all this stuff for like $20, and I just bought anyone I didn't have or that I didn't have completed already, and I think I got them all. So I think I have all the Star Trek seasons. Not that I'll ever watch them, but I have them.
You gotta watch Deep Space Nine.
I know. I want to see them. Again, I bust Joe's balls all the time. I have nothing wrong with Star Trek. I like Star Trek. There's so much of it. It's like, oh my, where do I even start?
I should just write a list of like the best of the best, because Next Generation.
I want to watch them. You know what I mean?
Like, here's the thing though. A show like Next Generation is hard to sit down and watch every episode, because it's a great show because there's so many great episodes, but there's also a lot of bad episodes.
They should do a Next Generation Kai.
What's that?
They did Dragon Ball Z Kai, which was all Dragon Ball Z, but with the filler episodes taken out and only the storyline.
Well, that's the thing. There are no episodes like a storyline episode, because Next Generation came from that era where everything was wrapped up at the end of an era. Okay. Deep Space Nine is actually the first Star Trek show that begins like a more serialized storytelling.
Okay.
Which is part of the reson it's the best of the Star Treks.
Kinder says Data from Star Trek was an awesome guy. Yeah, not in real life. I just have the worst interaction with that guy. What's his name?
Brent Spiner.
Yeah, Brent Spiner.
Yeah, he was very nice when I met him. I think you might have caught him on a bad day.
Maybe I caught him on a bad day.
You know who was a jerk like every time I met him?
Who's that?
And this is gonna kill people, because people think he's like such a super, super nice guy. But every time I've met him, LeVar Burton has been an a-hole.
Really?
Yeah.
Never met him.
I really don't. I haven't had a good experience yet with LeVar Burton.
Yeah, I met some really cool people at the conventions. Like, what's his name? Hercules.
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo. He was super nice. He was like the nicest guy ever. He was so friendly. He was awesome.
Well, he better be. I mean, he's out there, he does all those like Christian movies.
Yeah,
now. It's like, if you're gonna be promoting religion like that, you better
not be a jerk.
Practice what you preach.
That's true. If he was a jerk, that'd look pretty bad on him. Yeah. Star Trek TNG Kai has a good ring to it. I agree.
Oh, I'm getting a call from Dave Perillo. Should I take the call on
go
air?
Go for it. This is Dave. He's been in my live streams before.
Hi, Dave. You're live on the Cinema Sickness live stream.
What?
I could. Oh wait, I'll put you on speakerphone.
Want to know why you're a degenerate?
You want to know why I'm a degenerate?
Why you're a degenerate?
Why are you a degenerate?
My high school reunion was this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
And there was one guy who didn't go to my high school reunion. You know who that guy was, Dave? You know who the guy who didn't go to my high school reunion was?
Mike Majewski.
John Liebeskin.
Oh, John Liebeskin.
John Liebeskin didn't go. And what just happened?
My live stream crashed.
Did the whole stream crash?
No, just the live
He's a
stream.
degenerate. Because he's a lousy degenerate.
One guy,
weird.
he wrote a long rant on Facebook about how he wasn't going because there was going to be a degenerate there who deserves to swallow his teeth. And that was
his teeth.
that was
It was
me.
you.
Like
Wow.
a serial killer says.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna
Jeez.
say. Swallow your teeth.
He was that mad at you? Why?
Apparently.
Why?
He's the guy who spoiled Spider-Man for me. He came into my channel and spoiled Spider-Man in the comments, and I blocked him, and I ranted about him on a live stream, and that apparently makes me a degenerate who deserves to swallow my own teeth.
Right.
So,
Hmm.
well, Dave, we're live streaming. Do you got anything you want to say to the live stream audience?
Baby Yoda.
Baby
Oh,
Yoda.
jeez.
Just gonna say Baby Yoda.
It's not
Seems to be
Yoda.
the popular thing. People cheer when you say that, right? You just go, Baby Yoda, and then everybody cheers.
Have you done artwork yet? Baby Yoda artwork yet?
No, I'm not allowed to.
You're not allowed to?
Disney won't allow it.
That's owned by a giant conglomerate that I am the subdivision of that will make me swallow my teeth if I am unlicensed. So no Baby Yoda from me. There's so much good Yoda out there, though. There's plenty.
I know. I've been hearing from other vendors and stuff that apparently if you go to like the artist alley at like any convention, it's like just swamped with Baby Yoda now.
It's lousy with the Baby Yoda.
Well, Dave, can I call you back when I'm leaving here?
Sure, you kids have fun with your live stream.
All right.
Everybody say bye. Everybody say bye to
Watch out
Dave.
for those degenerates.
The degenerates on the couch here. All right.
All right. See ya.
Dave Perillo, everybody. Does he have a website?
Yes, DavePerillo.com.
Dave Perillo. How do you spell Perillo?
Perillo.
He does really, really awesome artwork. In fact, I was talking to your wife the other day when we were at your house.
My wife.
Your wife. And I haven't done that in a long time. And I was saying how, like, if I could go back and, like wipe off my arms and do them again, I would probably have one, like a Dave Perillo make me a sleeve. How cool would his style of art look done in a whole, like, tattoo? That'd be awesome. Like, do like maybe like a Disney one or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome. So, yeah, check out Dave's stuff. It's really, really cool.
Well, you know our friend Scott Derby, right? You know Scott.
Yeah.
He designs tattoos.
Oh, does he?
And he designed his own tattoo. He's got the Green Lantern power battery on his arm, and it says, like in Brightest Day and Blackest Night, and it's his art. He sketched
cool.
it and took it to the tattoo artist.
Huh. Marty, he's just mad that you have a successful YouTube career compared to his non-existing contribution. Who, Marty?
I think he's talking about John, this guy.
Oh.
This guy that thinks I'm a degenerate.
You're mad that he has a successful YouTube career.
Am I really that successful? Oh.
Jeff says, I like your Disney videos. Can't get there myself, so it's cool to see it from your perspective. Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to film this trip. I'm not sure. I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking about there's going to be a lot of Disney videos, so I'm thinking about breaking stuff up. Like, okay, I go to the Magic Kingdom. Even if I go for half a day, I'll shoot like a Magic Kingdom video, and then the other half a days in Epcot, I'll shoot like an Epcot video. So it might be like, because something I do nowadays in my videos is I try to keep them all like kind of on topic. So like, if I go to a store, if I go to Goodwill, I try to make a video for that Goodwill. I don't try to do like, oh, I'm going out, I'm gonna do like 5 Goodwills today. Here's 5 different Goodwills. I try like not to do that anymore, because I like to keep stuff like this is a video for this video is for this. It helps with views a lot too, because people don't necessarily always want to see like me doing like 50 different things. I know some of you guys do. Some of you guys just want to watch a big long video. I get that, but I get a lot more views when I try to like specialize videos. So I don't know. We'll see.
Vinny has asked several times if
Oh.
we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on any formats.
Yes.
I think I have owned Rudolph on every format at some point.
I have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I have it on
I've
Blu-ray.
got that with the original Christmas Classics Blu-ray set.
Yeah, and I have a digital version as well. But yeah, and I think I had a VHS at one point. I don't know what happened to it.
Michael says, what's my favorite part of Disney World? That would be the World Showcase in Epcot. I could pretty much walk around. I was gonna say I pretty much could walk around there all day long, and I have many a times where I've spent literally just entire days only in the World Showcase.
Will you take a Disney request? Will you put something in a video if I ask you to put it in a video?
Sure, if I don't forget.
When you go to Epcot, now not when you go through the back gate. You know the back gate through World Showcase?
You mean the International Gateway?
The International Gateway, not that. You got to go through the main entrance.
Okay.
If you go through the main entrance of Epcot, before you go in the gate...
I'm actually curious how often I'm going to use the main gate now, only because they built the new the Skyway.
True.
And we can take that right from our hotel, or we can take it right from DHS. So I'm curious to see if I even use the main gate this year. But
well, I'd like to see you get in a video.
Okay.
Outside the main gate of Epcot, if you're facing Epcot,
holding
to the right.
Okay.
There's an.
If you're facing Spaceship Earth.
If you're facing
to the right,
outside the front gate,
okay.
To the right, there is a bathroom.
Okay.
I'd like you to get that bathroom in a video.
It's over by the buses.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
It's a very, very, very important spot for my family and I.
Is it where your daughter was conceived?
It's where I'm not gonna name names because she'll get embarrassed, but it's where one of my daughters took her first Disney poop, and we made a big deal out of it, and
wow.
It became like a big thing for the whole trip. Every time we pass it, we'd be like, "That's where you made your first," and she'd be like, "Shut up."
If I walk past it again, we don't really do the buses anymore, so I'm not sure. But if I walk past it, or I can just get over to it quickly, and I remember, I will get it in there. Somebody else asked something. I wanted to answer. Somebody asked about will I watch Cobra Kai soon? I want to. It's definitely on my list of. I got so many series I need to watch, but I have a short list of ones I got to get to like right away, and that's on my list of like ones to watch soon. So. This year, I really want to watch more TV seasons because I have a bad habit of buying TV seasons or whole series and never watching them because I just don't have. I say I don't have time because I have so many movies to watch. So I want to split things up this year. I want like half movies, half TV. So I'm gonna try to get around to that. I swear somebody asked something else.
We're being asked if we've seen the Constantine TV series. I've seen a couple episodes of the Constantine TV series. I had a little trouble getting into the Constantine TV series. However, Matt Ryan obviously came back as Constantine after his show was canceled as a cast member on Legends of Tomorrow. And I love Legends of Tomorrow, and I love him on Legends of Tomorrow. I think he's terrific. In fact, I love him so much on Legends of Tomorrow, it makes me want to go back and rewatch the Constantine series and give it another shot.
I would ask what Jesse asked. Will I be live streaming from Disney World? Yes, on Mondays I still plan on live streaming. Might not be a 2-hour live stream. I might only be like a half hour. I don't even know. It could be an hour, half hour. It could be 2 hours. So I don't know how long they'll be. It might not be my normal format, but I will do a live stream every Monday at some point. 8 o'clock. Every 8 o'clock on Monday, I'll be sure to do a live stream. Jesse, what's my favorite restaurant in Walt Disney World? Sit down or quick service? Because quick service, I'm gonna go with Columbia Harbor House in Walt Disney World.
Via Napoli
is good. They have good pizza there. Favorite sit down, I'm gonna have to say is the what's it called? Is it called the Sci-Fi Drive-In, or what's it called?
Oh, I've never gotten to eat there. Every time I go,
it's the
I can't
Sci-Fi
Drive-In.
Sci-Fi Drive-In, yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I will be doing that again this year. I told Brittany, I'm like, every year when we go down there now, I'm like, I want to do this restaurant because I had never eaten there before, and when the first time I went in there, I'm like, this is amazing. Like as being a big fan of movies and a big fan of sci-fi, I have to go there every time now. Their food actually was really good too. They played the theme from The Blob. As you're sitting there, the Burt Bacharach Blob theme comes on. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Yeah.
Great Zongs wants to know if we're doing the Whamageddon Challenge.
What's the Whamageddon Challenge?
Oh, you don't know about the Whamageddon Challenge? This is like the 3rd or 4th year for the Whamageddon Challenge. The challenge is to go from December 1st to December 25th without once hearing the song Last Christmas by Wham. As soon as you hear the song, you're out.
I'm sure it's going to be playing somewhere. So
well, there's a movie out called Last Christmas based on the song this year, so this year it's going to be near impossible.
I probably already heard it. I bet it was playing at Christmas Village. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, but that didn't count. It wasn't December 1st yet.
You're right. I'd have to take it off my iPod because it'll probably come on shuffle because I've been listening to a lot of Christmas music. Huh. No, I didn't know it was a thing. Ed, yes, Dole Whips. Oh, I will be getting at least a couple of Dole Whips while I'm down there. Heck yeah.
James Borland says, name this song. Silver ball in the air. See it glow everywhere.
I'm stealing your candy.
Nickelodeon. The Nickelodeon theme song from when the channel first launched.
Really?
Back in the early 80s. I know that one, James. I know that. I remember the silver ball. John Hickey says he watches my live streams. Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
Wednesday nights. What time?
Wednesday nights at 8.
8. Michael, is my family going to Walt Disney World with me? Yes. I will be leaving a couple days early. And like I said, I'm stopping off in Georgia, hanging out with Josh and Caleb, the twins, for a while. I'm going to hunt with them for like 2 days-ish. Probably hunt, maybe do some sightseeing. They said they had some plans. I left it up to them. I said, you figure out where we're going. I'll tag along. So I'm going to see where they take me. Then I'm leaving there. Be Friday or Monday morning. I'm leaving, or Monday at some point. I'm leaving there so I can arrive at Walt Disney World like Tuesday morning, because that's when my wife arrives. Then her and I will be doing Walt Disney World for about a week together, and then after she's been down there for a week, then my son comes down with my in-laws, and it'll be the whole a big family thing for like a week. So that's the plan. So yes, my family's coming down. I'm just leaving a couple days early so I can hang out with the twins.
Kinder Machine asks, what show on Nickelodeon where kids got slimed? That was...
You can't do that on television.
You can't do that on television. That's right.
I don't know. Okay, we're good.
If we're singing old Nickelodeon songs, remember Pinwheel?
Pinwheel, spin me around. Yeah.
Look at my pinwheel and see what I can.
Pinwheels are great. It was puppets.
Yeah. It was very much a rip-off of Sesame Street,
That
though.
and Today's Special.
Pinwheel was very much a rip-off of Sesame Street, though, because you had the green, grouchy character. His name was Ebenezer T. Squint. He was clearly Oscar the Grouch. You had the two little boys who would bicker. They were clearly Bert and Ernie. Their names were Plus and Minus. But it's like you had an equivalent to all the Sesame Street characters.
But Pinwheel and Today's Special were like, those are my jams.
Yeah.
What was the little mouse in Today's Special? Who had like the
Muffy.
She like the big penthouse like built into like the wall instead of like a mouse hole. It was awesome. It's a good show. Classic.
Hocus Pocus Alamodocus.
Yes. You know what show I also missed? I wish they really put out Eureka's Castle.
That one was a little bit past my time.
It was at that time period right when I was just starting to I'm a bit too old for Nickelodeon, but my brother still watched it and I was still kind of watching Nickelodeon. So I still watched it, and I still kind of have a fondness for Eureka's Castle, and I wish it would come back on. And we met Magellan. What was his name? Remember? He was nice. He was a really nice guy.
Jim Martin.
Is that who it was? What else did he play? Oh, Big Blue, Bear in the Big Blue House. Didn't he play him too? That show I've never seen.
Oh, that was Noel McNeil. Noel McNeil. He worked on. Now, for some reason, I was thinking Marty Robinson might have worked on that, but no, he didn't. But Brian Mule did. Brian Mule was the puppeteer who originated Telemonster. Marty Robinson does Telemonster, but he was also Barkley. He wore the Barkley costume. He was the original Elmo from 1980 to 1984. Yeah. All
right, Sav. Yes, I am looking forward to the new Star Wars. Definitely. I'm a sucker for Star Wars movies.
I can't wait. I got my tickets.
I've liked every single Star Wars movie. I mean, yes, some better than others, of course, but I've enjoyed every single one. Every single Star Wars movie has always kept me entertained. I've always loved it, and this new one looks like it's going to be freaking amazing.
Do you know what's amazing about Star Wars? You know, Star Wars, people love to complain about Star Wars. People love to complain about, this one sucked. Nah, it was good. Nah, that one's crap. Yeah, people fight about Star Wars. But everyone seems to like The Mandalorian. I'm not hearing anyone say Mandalorian's garbage. It seems like for the first time since maybe Return of the Jedi, everyone's just on board with something.
I haven't seen it yet, obviously, because I don't have Disney Plus. Hoping it releases a DVD or Blu-ray. That'd be nice. Fingers crossed on that one. We don't know what Disney's going to do yet with DVD releases. I'm not sure.
It's going to be interesting. I gotta say, we've been hearing for years, physical media is dead. Physical media is dead. I kind of feel like this latest Dollar Tree sale might be the death knell, because they have so much. Like, they just have so much. And I'm like, I mean, I don't think it's never going to die. Like, it's never going to die completely. There's always going to be the collectors, the Shout Factories, the Mill Creeks, the Criterion. But I don't know.
Ross says The Nun sucked.
I agree.
I didn't love it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys, yeah, see The Nun. No, in fact, I don't think I liked any of the Conjuring movies enough to say, yeah, you got to see them.
Oh, really? Oh, I love the first two Conjurings, and I love the second two Annabelle movies.
Well, okay. In all fairness, I haven't seen Annabelle. What's it called?
Annabelle Creation, the second Annabelle. That's the best.
I haven't seen that, and I haven't seen Annabelle Comes Home. I'd be willing to bet, though, I'm just going to find them to be mediocre.
Oh, they're really,
but we'll see.
Good.
We'll see.
What do you call it? Annabelle's Creation. But I got to tell you, I was raised Catholic. I do have one big problem with Annabelle Creation. A nun hears confession in it.
That's what happened, right?
Someone confesses their sins to a nun. A nun cannot hear a confession. Now, listen, I'm
not even Catholic, and I know that.
And that's the thing. I understand maybe whoever wrote it wasn't Catholic and didn't know that. But you're telling me nobody on the set could have would have been like, no, this doesn't happen. No. There was not a single Catholic anywhere on that set that could have said this doesn't happen.
But I didn't dislike The Nun. I thought it was at least it kept me entertained. But I mean, do I have any desire to watch it again, or would I say, oh, you got to see it? No, I thought it was better than that freaking La Llorona. That was a garbage movie.
I didn't like that one, but I liked it better than The Nun.
See, I would disagree. I like The Nun a lot better than except for the scenes with the priest in La Llorona. The
priest from Annabelle.
Yeah, the priest to come is he in Annabelle?
He was in Annabelle, yeah. That's the connection to the Conjuring universe.
No. The priest who was the ex-priest.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I know the actual priest they go to looking for help first. He was in Annabelle, but I'm talking about the priest who
the unconventional priest.
Yeah, the one who left the religion. He didn't learn that not religion. He left the church. He's still religious. He's like, I don't have anything wrong with I don't have anything wrong with God, Christianity. I had something wrong with the church. That's why I left. Right. But he's freaking hilarious. Like, I want to see his movie. They need to do a Conjuring movie of just him and his story, because he is so funny. Ta-da! I love that character.
But yeah, I really like that. I think what works so well about the Conjuring movies to me is the relationship between Ed and Lorraine Warren. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga just have such good chemistry together, and then they were in Annabelle Comes Home. Scott asked if we watched The Irishman yet. We saw Irishman I got him into a movie theater to see The Irishman.
Thank you to Water Tower Cinema for hooking us up with tickets to that. That was good. Thank you.
DBZ asked if we saw Knives Out. I did. My review is coming. I'm not going to give you a full review right now, but I'll tell you this. It's one of the best movies of the year. It is really good. I sat there going I couldn't decide what was better, The Irishman or Knives Out. They're very different. Like, they're not similar movies, but they're both so good. And they're talking about Knives Out might be a franchise now because it's doing so well. They're saying that the detective character Daniel Craig plays, they might just do a series of movies of him solving crimes.
Interesting.
Sav says, is there going to be a new Star Trek movie? Word is yes. Star Trek 14 is apparently being written and directed by Noah.
Oh, this won't be from the new Star Trek series?
It is the new series. Chris Pine is set to come back, and
Zach does that count as 14?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the 14th Star Trek movie.
Oh, because they are prequels, technically, right?
Well, they're not even prequels. They're Spock created an alternate timeline. So,
now we're getting into freaking X-Men New Class territory, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm still confused about those damn movies.
But yeah, no, Star Trek 14 is actually in development right now with Noah Frawley, or how do you say Noah Hall? I don't know. The guy who created the Fargo TV series is writing and directing it.
Interesting.
Trash Boat asks, is Ryan Johnson for 5 for 5 with fantastic movies? Yeah, I'd say he is. Ryan Johnson is one of those guys who has yet to let me. Even Spielberg has let me down, but Spielberg's made like 300 movies.
And who's 5 for 5?
Ryan Johnson.
What's he done?
Brick, The Brothers Bloom, Looper, The Last Jedi, and now Knives Out.
I know a lot of people, unfortunately, would disagree with you about Last Jedi.
A lot of people are wrong.
Last Jedi, I'm not going to see it. Like, there are things I'm like, yeah, that should have been done differently in that movie. Like, I will fully admit, like, yeah, they should have done things a bit differently. Should have taken things maybe a different direction. But again, I don't dislike the movie. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, I like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything about that particular movie.
I might change some things, but I still like it. Yeah, Looper was good. I know I saw Brothers Bloom, you said.
Brothers Bloom is one of those underrated movies.
I don't think I've seen Brick.
Brick.
I know what movie it is, but I don't think I've seen it. I think I own it. I don't think I've seen it.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's good. It's good. Brothers Bloom, man, is one of those movies that like, it's one of to this day you don't hear a lot of people talk about it. You don't hear people say, "Oh, Brothers Bloom," but it's such a great movie. It's Mark Ruffalo before he was the Hulk, so it's like it's pre-Hulk Ruffalo. It was a terrific movie.
Gotta watch it again. Last Jedi was ruined because of Finn and Rose's romance. I don't know if I'd say that. That was actually one of the things I didn't like. People had problems with, and I'm like, I didn't like. Wasn't ruined. That didn't ruin it for me.
They didn't really have a romance though. Like they had a storyline, but it wasn't a romance.
Sparks flying.
I don't know.
Hey Dave, Funko has cool shirts in a VHS looking package. I have a Zack Attack, Save the Bell Zack Attack T-shirt. That's one of those Funko T-shirts. The only problem is that you would think that like, okay, all Funko T-shirts are gonna fit the same. They do not. The Zack Attack one fits me well. I have this one didn't come in a box. It was just a Funko T-shirt. It's Boba Fett, but he's kind of done this like sort of like a camouflage type design. It's cool. They fit me great, but I've tried some of those ones in the box. I think I actually had was it the Jurassic Park one? It was something. I forget. I had another T-shirt, and I put it on. It was too tight after I washed it. So it's I don't know. I like this. This T-shirt fits me great though. I'm looking forward to wearing this down in because spoiler, I'm going to Universal this trip. Oh boy!
I'm jealous of you because Universal is my favorite. I've always said my favorite place on the entire planet Earth. If you say where's your favorite place on planet Earth, it's Islands of Adventure. Like that's if I could be anywhere at a given time, and you say, you know, like if I had the magical transporter power, I would just like be sitting on Marble Island eating a hot dog or something.
I'm looking for I haven't been there since 2000. So I'm looking forward to going back and checking it out, and I really do want to see the Wizarding World. I have a feeling that the Wizarding World of Harry Potter will not let me down. I have a feeling I'm going to go there and be like, even if the rest of Universal and Islands of Adventure, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe I'll enjoy it. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance, but maybe I'll enjoy those. I'm thinking back to 2000, thinking back to that time. I'm like, I'm not gonna enjoy it that much, but maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe I'll enjoy it. But I have a feeling Wizarding World of Harry Potter will be the one thing, if anything, that I'm like, okay, this is pretty freaking awesome. I really want to ride the new Hagrid's coaster. I hear what's that one where you're on the Kuka Arms, where you're going through like the what's that one ride they have in Wizarding World?
The Gringotts?
Yes, Gringotts.
I was there opening weekend for that. I was there opening day for that. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Christine and I went to Universal for our honeymoon. And we had our honeymoon scheduled before they announced an opening date for Escape from Gringotts, or the whole Diagon Alley section. And then after our plans were made and everything...
Did you say Diagon Alley or Diagon Alley?
Diagon Alley. Yeah, but they announced the opening date, and it happened to coincide with our honeymoon. And suddenly we were like, oh crap, this is going to be awful because it's going to be so crowded. And it was, at that time, I don't know if it's been surpassed, it was the busiest day in Universal Studios Florida
Wow.
history.
I can imagine.
The line to get into Universal Studios Florida stretched past Islands of Adventure.
Ugh. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. But, I'm honestly looking forward more is Galaxy's Edge. I haven't seen Galaxy. I mean, I've seen many videos, but I haven't actually seen it in person. I'm looking forward to Galaxy's Edge. And when we go down, Rise of the Resistance should be open. So
Oh, that's great.
can't wait for that.
Here's the funny thing. Someone's asking about the Simpsons area.
And I
Trash
want to
Boat.
build a $200 lightsaber.
Trash Boat's asking about the Simpsons area. And what I find very, very funny is the Simpsons and the Marvel Comics are Disney properties, and they're in Universal. And people are always like, oh, I wonder when Disney's going to get those rights away from Universal. And the funny thing is, Disney doesn't want those rights away from Universal because they're now making money in every theme park in Florida.
Yeah.
It's like you go to Universal and you buy Simpsons merch, Disney's getting a cut of that. So
yeah.
they're literally making money out of...
Awesome.
So it's like,
Yep.
why would they want that to stop?
Yeah. Disney's making money off all those purchases, all those Fox purchases from Universal. Disney's making money
Marvel,
off of.
You go to Marvel Island, you
Or,
buy a
I'm sorry,
Spider-Man
Marvel,
t-shirt.
yeah,
and Disney's getting a cut
Marvel.
of that. And
Yep. So, I know Disney's big thing is they just want to be able to put what their Marvel characters into Walt Disney World without there being issues.
Right.
Like, yeah, they want to open new rides, and I know they obviously figured something out because they really because originally they weren't supposed to be able to do
any character that Universal isn't actively using, apparently they can use. So like, there's nothing Thor related, so they can use Thor. There's nothing Guardians of the Galaxy related, so they can use that.
But I think in the contract it says like there. How is it put? It's something about like it has to do with them maybe how they're related to each other. And I think because after Guardians were in because Guardians was okay actually for them to use until they were in until it became part of the Avengers like storyline, and at that point technically by wording of the contract they wouldn't have been able to actually use Guardians, but they obviously worked something out with Comcast. Comcast is who owns Universal. They obviously worked something out because they technically weren't supposed to necessarily be able to do that, which is a shame because I always say it. I know I'm in the dark here with this because a lot of people disagree, but I really want. It's not going to happen now because they had the roller coaster coming, but I wanted Mission Breakout so bad to come to DHS. It looks so much better than I'm not against Tower of Terror, but Tower of Terror, in my opinion, is so freaking dated. Like,
see, I would be very upset if they took away Tower of Terror. The only reason I was okay with the Guardians thing in California is because you still had a Tower of Terror in Florida.
Like Tower of Terror, like when you walk in the lobby and stuff, it looks great. Don't get me wrong. Like that's what we keep saying. Like when I talk about the ride, everybody's like, "Oh, but the theming is so nice." It's like, yeah, you're not wrong. The theming's great, but let's talk about the actual ride itself.
It's pretty. I was just on it like last year though. It's a pretty incredible ride.
You're in the dark the whole freaking time.
That's what makes it so cool.
No, Guardians looks awesome because it does this thing where like it drops you down, and when you stop, you see like Rocket, like they're fighting and stuff like that, and you go back up, and then you come back down, and there's like a new thing where they're still battling. It looks free. I've seen so many ride-throughs of it. It looks so freaking amazing. I'm like, I want to go on that ride. Tower of Terror, like I'm not against Tower of Terror. I like it. It's a fun attraction, but I would love Mission Breakout. And I'm kind of one of those people who are sort of against non-Disney in Disney World. If I want to go to a theme park that has a whole bunch of like non-Disney stuff, I would go to Universal. Like, because that's what Universal is. Universal, it's like, it's not all Universal stuff. They have stuff from Fox. They have stuff from Warner Bros. They have all these different franchises in their park.
Where you can ride the movies.
Sure. But at Disney World, I want to just be Disney. That's why I was so happy. Like
By the way, the new Universal Blank Me Sandwich ride is amazing.
Did you see the new Blank Me Sandwich T-shirts I have now? No. By the way, guys, there are Blank Me Sandwich T-shirts available now. Yeah, like when they opened Pandora, like Pandora, the world of Avatar, it was beautiful looking. I went, at first I was there not too long after they had opened. I was like, this is beautiful looking, but I was so ticked because I'm like, it's not Disney. Avatar's not Disney. but it is now. So I'm like, I'm okay with it now because it was, you know, it's Fox. I was like, why is Pandora in Disney World? It's not a Disney property. I don't want Disney to become a conglomerate of all these different things.
Well, that was a case of Disney trying to compete with Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They were like, oh, well, they got Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We need something. Oh, Avatar is the biggest movie of all time. Let's grab that.
I guarantee you, if they would have owned Star Wars a little bit sooner, I think Pandora never would have happened. I think they would have jumped right immediately into Star Wars.
Probably.
Because, I mean, because the thing about it, you want to compete with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, would your first, and you had the choice between Star Wars or Pandora, where would you have gone?
Well, here's the,
like,
here's
I think
the
you would have
funny
gone with
thing.
Star Wars.
Here's the funny thing. You got to remember, if you can just, like, you know, it's hard to remember now because we know.
I know we're not reading any of your guys' stuff, sorry.
We know how history played out. But if you take yourself back to 2009, Avatar was like so big, like it was humongous big, and I don't think a lot of people in 2009 thought it was going to be as dated as it turned out to be. People always say, it has no cultural footprint. Nobody cares really. It'll be very interesting to see how Avatar 2 does.
Yeah.
Like, it's really going to be interesting.
I'm not really looking forward to it. I mean, I want to see it, but I'm like, eh.
I saw Avatar for the first time about a year ago. I didn't want to see it. I didn't think it looked that good.
And weren't these movies supposed to come out like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
They were supposed to come out, Avatar 2 was supposed to come out in, at the same, I think they're supposed to do it like the same opening day was Avatar 2 and Pandora or something like that, or the same week or something like that. They're supposed to coincide with each other, and that obviously never happened.
Yeah, but I didn't want to see Avatar at all. And the only thing that made me go see it was I was going to Disney World, and I'm like, well, I better see the movie before I ride the ride. And if you ask me, the ride in Disney World actually justifies the existence of the movie.
Which one?
Oh, the main ride, not the river ride.
Oh, okay.
The flying on the
Flight of Passage.
hippogriffs or whatever they're called.
Hypocrites. I think you're getting your franchises mixed up there. Yeah, the only problem with Flight of Passage I have is that they don't change up the screen, like the movie you watch. Like, that's why I love when you ride Star Tours, because even though it's like the same, they have like, I don't know, where they have 10 or whatever things, it gets split up, so you're never on the same like thing twice necessarily. You never know what scene you're going to go into next. I wish they would do something like that on Flight of Passage, because as many times as I've ridden that, it's like, oh, it's the same thing again. I'm just going to go through the same scenes. It's like, which is, I don't know, it got old like after like the third time. I don't know. I wish they would change that. Anyway, should we answer some of your questions? Sorry, screw Avatar. Yeah. Says Kinder. Yeah, I don't know.
Kyle says, do we like the Simpsons movie?
Yes.
I like the Simpsons movie a lot. I would argue
Yeah.
that the Simpsons movie is the last thing the Simpsons ever did that was worthwhile, because the show is terrible.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
In fact, I think part of the reason the show got so bad is probably all the writers were putting all their best stuff into the movie. Thanks, boob lady.
It's hero time. What do I think of Black Friday? Target was we got chill. Target was just wow, bad. I had heard it was bad, and it did not disappoint with its badness. Everything they had was cheaper at Walmart and Best Buy. The stuff that Walmart and Best Buy didn't have, it was still way too expensive. I bought one thing. I walked into Target, bought one movie, or not a movie, TV show, and that was it. I walked out with only one thing in my hand. It was ridiculous. Best Buy was pretty good. I think Best Buy was kind of consistent with how they usually are. They don't usually have, it's not like Walmart where you walk in, you end up walking out with like, at least for me anyway, I don't usually walk out of Best Buy with like a million things, but I walk out with a pretty decent stack. That happened again this year. I think Walmart was pretty good. I didn't buy as much from Walmart this year because of that closing Walmart that we went to at the beginning of the month. I bought so many like new movies and TV seasons and stuff from that closing Walmart that I didn't have to buy as much from the Walmart. So I would say it was kind of consistent with the exception of Target, but Target usually always is the worst. It's just, I can't remember the last time I ever walked out of there with one move or one title. That was kind of ridiculous. Where we at?
I just got a text telling me what our elves are up to at home.
What are your elves' names?
Rosie and Iris.
Ah.
They were 2 days ago. Rosie and Iris were ziplining through the living room. So yesterday, Iris had a cast on her leg because she fell from the zip line. But now she has a Band-Aid and she's all better.
Okay.
So
our elf's name is Happy. That was the name Sean gave the elf.
James asked if we've ever seen Disenchantment. I tried to watch an episode of Disenchantment, but I started it too late at night and I fell asleep. I've been meaning to try it again. By the way, Disenchantment's a Netflix show. Speaking of Netflix shows, the new seasons of The Toys That Made Us is really good.
I hear that's good. I still have to watch that show. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I can technically watch it. I should.
The latest
How many seasons of that show do they have now?
3 seasons, but every season's only 4 episodes. The current season is...
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, the current season is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Does that count as Christmas? I mean, it's about toys, right?
Sure.
Oh, I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch this before I head down to Disney.
Yeah,
I can marathon them.
The new season is Ninja Turtles, My Little Pony, wrestling
and
toys,
all the seasons are available, right?
Power Rangers, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
And now there's a spin-off that just premiered Friday called The Movies That Made Us, and that is Die Hard, Home Alone, Dirty Dancing, and what was the 4th movie? What's the 4th movie? Tell me down below. I can't remember now.
I think they should come interview me.
Hey, have you guys seen that video that's been going viral, like on Facebook? People are sharing it. It's called "I Made a Video Store in My Basement." Have you guys seen this video? It's been going viral. I've been seeing it all over Facebook, and it's like nothing compared to this guy. Nothing. This guy wins. Sorry. But I'll give him this. His
setup's nice.
I'll give him this. Your collection is better. But I do think he went more for the video store vibe because he had like a candy shelf and stuff like that. So
I don't have room for that. I got too many movies.
Yeah, he also did the cheat where the movies were facing out. So
I don't got room for that crap.
But that is how Blockbuster did it. So I guess if you're going for the movie video store, I don't know. Anyway, Supercell asked, what episode of The Simpsons jumped the shark? Well, it was after season 13. The last great episode of The Simpsons was Jaws Wired Shut in season 13. Jaws Wired Shut. So if you're watching The Simpsons and you get the episode Jaws Wired Shut, stop.
Media Freak, why did 5 people get escorted out of Walmart?
Is this a joke? Is that like the setup of a joke?
No, I don't know. Trashio thinks none of the Simpsons episodes from the shark. Ross says, Dave, you could see my toys, but you never follow me back on Instagram. Okay. Say hi to me or something. I don't know. I don't just randomly follow everybody.
Jesse says when Principal Skinner was Armand Tazarian. Oh, that's a classic episode. Do you remember that episode? The one where they found out Principal Skinner wasn't really Principal Skinner?
Oh, yeah.
That's a hilarious episode. And at the end, they're like, we will never speak of this again. That's probably one of my favorites, actually. Scott Dustin says The Simpsons was never good. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, no,
That
that's
is crazy
very,
talk.
very wrong. How are you to... I don't know how you say your name. What do I think of the new Sonic movie? I'm interested. I'll see it. It's so much better now. The CGI doesn't look scary.
Here's the thing. I thought the first trailer looked awful, but the character design was bad. They're like, oh, we'll go back and we'll fix the character design. And I'm like, yeah, but the movie looks awful. You can fix the character design. That's not going to make the movie better.
Well, they fixed the trailer, too. Did you see the new trailer?
I didn't see the new trailer.
Oh, see the new trailer. It looks so much better.
All right.
No, I completely agree. The first trailer not only had Sonic looking like a freaking monster. He was creepy looking. But it was also one of the worst trailers for a movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It was like I watched. I was like, I have no desire to see this movie. This looks horrible.
Yeah.
The second trailer, Sonic now looks, I mean, pretty darn good. He looks like Sonic, and B, they actually made a trailer that makes me want to see the movie. Like I'm actually intrigued now. Like it's so much better. But some people were saying like, was this all done on purpose?
I don't know.
It makes you wonder if it is. It's genius marketing because I mean, people were talking about this movie like crazy.
Sav asked if there should be a Simpsons movie too.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I would kind of say yes, but I would say take the series off the air, wait 10 years, let the writers recharge their creative juices because they haven't written anything worth a damn in over a decade. So, I don't know. I don't trust the guys writing the current Simpsons TV series to come up with a movie.
Bring back, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. I'm getting tired. Conan O'Brien.
You know what I would have actually liked to have seen? A couple years ago, it was announced that Harry Shearer, they couldn't come to a deal with Harry Shearer. He was going to leave the show.
He does like Homer and everything, right?
No, he doesn't do Homer.
Or who's he do?
He does like a lot of the supporting characters, like
what's his name? Who does Homer? What's his name? Who does Homer?
And, Dan Castellaneta.
Dan Castellaneta. Sorry, yeah.
But they were gonna. But basically, losing Harry Shearer, they would have lost half the cast because he does so many voices. And at the time, they were talking about recasting the voices. Eventually, they came to a deal. Harry Shearer came back. But I actually thought at the time, this could be the best thing that ever happened to The Simpsons. Because if you retired every single Harry Shearer character and had to come up with new characters, that could be like a shot of creativity that show needed. Like, it could have been like, now we suddenly have a dozen new characters because we lost all these characters. These are characters you've never seen before, new storylines, we can explore these guys. That could have been like a shot of creativity in the arm.
Could have been. Who knows?
Jojo Fries asked if we're excited for the new Star Wars movie. Yeah, feel my nipples.
And Jojo Fries also said that I was his, I think he's a favorite YouTuber or channel somewhere. Swear? Yeah. One of his favorite channels. Thank you. That's my idea what it is.
I'm one of his other favorites, I think.
All right. You want to see a theatrical release of Futurama, Sav?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd actually rather see that than a Simpsons movie too.
Whistling Salesman. Should there be a Family Guy, theatrical Family Guy movie?
You know what? You said something to me off camera, and I agree with it so much. And I don't know if you've ever said it on camera, but you said it to me off camera. We were talking about Jumanji: The Next Level, and you said you would have been much more interested in that movie if they brought back The Rock and Jack Black and Amy Pond, what's her name, Karen Gillan, like the whole cast. But instead of putting them back in Jumanji, if this time they went into Zathura.
Zathura, yeah. And
I would have never thought of that, but my God, I couldn't agree more. That would have been amazing.
Yeah,
I would have liked that so much more.
Because the way I see it is, okay, so the movie Jumanji isn't, like, it's not its own thing. It's actually part of the original Jumanji world, because they even make references to, John Mike.
The first Jumanji.
What's his name, though?
Alan...
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Rob. I don't know. I don't care what his actual name. I mean, the actor. They make references to the Robin Williams character and stuff like that. They're all linked. It's not. It's a sequel almost, basically. So what I thought is, why wasn't Jumanji 2? Even they would have called it like Jumanji 2 Zathura or something. I don't know what they would have called it, but
no. I mean, this is Jumanji 3.
Well, okay,
Jumanji,
yeah.
But
you're all right.
But still, Zathura was the first sequel to Jumanji. There was Jumanji, then Zathura was the sequel, but nobody went to see Zathura, so they made Jumanji 2.
I thought it'd be really cool if, instead of them going back to Jumanji again, wouldn't it be cool if this time they were sucked into, like, the game again, but this time they went into a space game, a Zathura space game, and they linked that movie to the original Zathura. They made references to the characters from that movie, so that all 4 movies would all be linked, all be linked together. I was like, that would have been so much better, in my opinion.
I think that they could still do that, but the only problem is that Zathura bombed.
Yeah.
So if you do a movie called Zathura, then you could be shooting yourself in the foot because that doesn't have the name.
Well, that's why they could have just done, I don't know.
Here's what
kept the Jumanji name or something like that.
Here's what I think you do. I didn't see Jumanji The Next Level yet, obviously, because it's not out yet. But if they did some kind of like Easter egg or tag at the end of the movie that hints at Zathura, then they could do that for the next one because they will have kind of laid the groundwork, and then all the people who never bothered to watch Zathura would know what Zathura is.
Yep. That could have done that. Yeah, that's what I think they should have done. Because, I mean, it just seems to make more sense than them going back to Jumanji again. That would be cool. They should have done it.
I remember when I saw Jumanji, the first one, in the theater, back in the 90s. After the movie, there were two dudes in the bathroom, and they just kept saying the word Jumanji and laughing. And they were at the urinal, and one of them said, "Oh no, I just got my D stuck in my Jumanji."
Wow. that's your big memory of Jumanji?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, that's what I think they should have done. It would have been cool. I would have been down for that. Again, same cast with The Rock and Jack Black and Kevin Hart and everything. That would have been cool. All, changing back into those kids or whatever.
Yep.
Yep. Or not kids, changing into like their adult character. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, where we at? Some things just stick with you. You're right, Brian. Just some things you never forget. Oh, his name is pronounced Harut. I'll forget that. So, just to let you know now, I will forget that.
Ooh,
Oh, wait. He says, do you mean Dwayne John? Oh, wait. Why? Because I said The Rock.
Raspy says
Dwayne Johnson will always be The Rock to me. Sorry. I wonder if he gets mad about that.
What's that?
That so many people... Nick, how many people call him Dwayne Johnson? Everybody always just calls him The Rock.
Well, I think he's into that, isn't he?
I guess.
But
I like how he was always tagged as like The Rock, and then he started doing more movies, and he was Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and then eventually he just dropped The Rock, and now he's just Dwayne Johnson.
But he still does Dwayne The Rock Johnson sometimes,
Does
right?
he?
Because I mean, and he still makes appearances like once a year, I think, like on WWE.
Yeah.
Because the thing with him is his father was a wrestler, so I think like he kind of respects those roots, even though he's gone so far beyond that.
I do love Dwayne Johnson, though.
Sav says The Rock was in a Star Trek Voyager episode. This is right. The episode Tungsungi or whatever it was called.
What? Where we at?
When The Rock was on Star Trek Voyager.
He was on Star Trek Voyager?
He fought 7 and 9.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that was when Star Trek Voyager was airing on UPN, and so was SmackDown, so they decided to cross-promote. Then they did it with Enterprise, too. There was a wrestler... There was a wrestler named The Big Show.
Yeah.
And he guest starred on an episode of Star Trek Enterprise.
Kyle says he's seen the blank me sandwich t-shirt. Yeah. What'd you think of it, Kyle? Does it look good? It's kind of designed like an old VHS shirt or VHS box. I don't know. Has anybody ordered that shirt yet? If you have, let me know.
Underrated Robin Williams movie, Whistling Salesman.
Toys?
I don't like that one. But I would say Popeye. I think Popeye's a really good movie, and people really. I remember in the 80s when that movie came out, people hated it. They trashed it. Oh, it's awful. But like it really felt like a cartoon come to life.
And I always kind of had a little bit of a weird crush on Shelley Duvall. I don't know why.
There you go.
But no, Popeye's fun. I'm trying to think more underrated.
James Borland says, I've heard World's Greatest Dad is an underrated Robin Williams movie. Well, that's a Bobcat Goldthwait movie.
Oh, no.
Bobcat makes really good movies.
Yeah, well, World's Greatest Dad is a good movie. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Father's Day? Is that what it's called? With him and
is that Billy Crystal?
And Billy Crystal, and they don't know who's the dad of the kid, and the kid's he's a groupie for Sugar Ray, but before Sugar Ray was actually like a big popular band, so they're still playing all their like really hard music in the. Because for those of you who don't know, I don't know what Sugar Ray sounds like nowadays. I have not listened to Sugar Ray in forever, but they used to be like a really like hard rock band. They weren't, when their song came out, like I Just Want to Fly, that was not their sound at all. If you heard the rest of that album, it was such a hard sound. But yeah, he's like a groupie for them. That's a good movie. But then again, anything with Billy Crystal in it is like.
Do you remember? You saw Brain Candy, right?
Yes,
Kids in the Hall. Brain Candy.
Count in my head.
You remember the depressing rock star who took the drug and then he started singing happy and sunbeams and cute little puppy dogs. I always compared that character from Brain Candy to Vitamin C. Do you remember Vitamin C?
I do, but I don't remember what she sounded like
Vitamin C was like in like a gothy type of band
really?
called Eve's Plum.
Mm.
And Dave Perillo actually met her backstage at a concert once, and he said she just was the most miserable person you ever want to meet. But then suddenly she turned into Vitamin C and was singing, "Put a smile on your face." And I'm like, she's the character from Brain Candy who took the drug and like went from like really like to happiness and sunbeams and kisses.
Some people just sell out, man. Like, look at the Cardigans. Remember they had like that what was that song? Yeah, whatever that.
Were they Kiss Me? Kiss
Yeah.
Me.
But that's not their.
Yeah.
They were a much harder band than that. Yeah. So people say, "What about 1 Hour Photo?" I think 1 Hour Photo is underrated. I think people appreciate that movie.
Oh yeah, 1 Hour Photo is a great movie.
I think that's one of his appreciated movies.
I love the scene where he.
I mean, maybe not your average no offense, your average Joe, and might not know about that movie. I mean, I'm sure if you walk out right now to some guy on the street and said, "Hey, what do you think of 1 Hour Photo?" They're probably like, "What movie are you talking about?" But I think as far as in the film community is concerned,
yeah,
that's considered a pretty
Final Cut.
good movie.
Final Cut was a good movie. Do you remember that one? That was the one where like when someone dies, they can take their memories, and like Robin Williams is the guy who like takes out all the bad parts, and then you can give it to their family, and they could be like, "Here's all his memories." But like Robin Williams was the guy who like cut out all the bad memories so the family wouldn't get those.
I remember seeing that.
It was really good.
Yeah, people keep saying Death to Smoochie. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Death
that
to
movie.
Smoochie, yes.
Again, I don't know if I'd say, well, is it underrated? I mean, people seem to like that movie too.
I remember when it came out, critics despised it.
That
They were
movie
like,
is
this is garbage.
That movie
I loved it.
so good.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Death to Smoochie, yeah, Father's Day and Death to Smoochie, check those two movies out. They're amazing. Such a good movie. Yeah, Club Paradise, Best of Times, Survivors. Yeah, those are all 80s Robin Williams movies that a lot of people don't talk about.
Generally,
Club Paradise is scary though because it's him and I'm drawing a blank now. What the hell was that? Was that you?
I'm getting text from my wife.
It's him and Eugene Levy, and they are both like the hairiest men alive. And there are many scenes with them wearing no shirts and stuff like that. So if you want to see basically woolly mammoths walking on a beach a lot of times, watch Club Paradise.
My wife sent me a snow alert. Expecting 0 to 85 inches of snow starting Saturday or Sunday or Monday maybe, but probably not happening at all.
Yep.
Recommendation, stock up on necessities immediately and prepare for a snowpocalypse or a beautiful weekend. Either one's possible.
Sounds about right. We were talking about it earlier. For those of you who are just joining in, we were talking about earlier about here in Pennsylvania. This happens all the time here. If you live up north, you probably get this a lot. I mean, unless you live further up north. Further up north, I guess if they call for snow, you're probably getting it. But here in Pennsylvania, where we live, we live like southern Pennsylvania, when they call for snow, sometimes it happens. It's not that we don't get snow. We do get a lot of snow sometimes. A couple years ago, we got remember that huge snowfall we had? It was like insane. I got pictures of Sean as a baby. The snow's taller than him. It's crazy. But a lot of times what'll happen is the news will be like, snow, we're all gonna be snowed in. You're never gonna be able to get out of your house again. It's the snowpocalypse. You're all gonna die, and we'll get a flurry or we'll get nothing. It happens all the time, and that happened now. They were calling for, it was supposed to snow all day today. They were calling for up to like 10 inches of snow all day long. And because of this crap, at 3 o'clock last night, I actually got in the shower last night really late, like 2:30. As I'm in the shower, light bulb goes off my head. I'm like, crap, I have no food to eat. Like, I go out and get food all the time. So I don't have anything in this house, like, to basically, if I needed to survive for a day, I'd be like SOL. So I ran out to, I had to go all the way out to Collegeville, Pennsylvania, to go out, which is a couple towns over, to go to the only 24-hour grocery store in the area, which was Redner's.
You went to the only all-night grocery when what you're wondering, I should appear. It's that guy in the line you've been chasing all year.
Are you singing the waitresses to me?
Yeah. Sorry, you went to the only all-night grocery. And my mind went
there's
there.
an underrated band, by the way, the Waitresses. Good band. I know what boys like.
I know what guys want.
So, wow, we never thought we'd talk about the Waitresses in my live stream. Good band though. But yeah, so at like 3:00 last night, I ran out to a grocery store because I was like, if we get snow, I'm screwed. And then we ended up not getting anything. So I got all these freaking groceries I'll probably never eat because I'm leaving for Disney in a week. So it's not like I bought all these groceries and I'm like, oh well, I got time to eat them, whatever. 3 days from now, I'm driving down to freaking Florida, so they're gonna go to waste. Anyway,
did you ever see the comedian? He does a lot on YouTube.
There are 2 seasons in Pennsylvania: winter and construction. You're not wrong, Trash Boat.
Did you ever see the? By the way, Aubrey said hello to my wife. She's not here to hear it, Aubrey, but I'll tell her when I get home.
Julianne says it's been snowing all day in Alaska. Well, I'm sure it has been. Yeah, well, like I said, Supercell, if you're more up north, I know like snow is like he lives in Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah, you're probably gonna get a lot more snow because where we live, it's like you never really know. Did
you ever see the comedian? He does a lot on YouTube. Vic DiBitetto. He's like I think he lives in Jersey, but he does a lot like of comedy on YouTube. And he did one where it was snowing, and he was like running out, going, "It's snowing! It's snowing! I need milk and bread! I need to get the milk and the bread! I gotta get the..." And he's like running out like in a panic to get the milk and the bread, and then they show him coming back with the milk and the bread, and he just plops down in the snow eating the bread.
No. Yeah, so I was kind of ticked when... I mean, actually, that was the thing. I wasn't really all that ticked because honestly, I had plans for the day. They would have been screwed. I had to like get my card looked at. Not there's anything wrong with it, but every time before I go down to Disney, I always get my car once over to make sure all the oil is good and fluids are fine and tire pressure and make sure my car is like in tip-top shape before I drive all the way down to Florida. And that was scheduled for today, and I was like, if it snows, like, I hope I can get my car still looked at this week. But yeah. Yeah, I see. I've already forgotten how to pronounce your name. Talk of Disney. Have you seen the Nutcracker? No, I haven't. I have not watched that yet. I was gonna watch it this year, but I don't know if I'm gonna get around to it now.
High Root, I believe he said it was.
High Root.
Adam the Woo did 30 times on Big Thunder.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that, Henry. Yeah, Adam did 30 times on Big Thunder. Him and Dave from Fresh Bake. Did you see the video yet?
I saw I got the alert, but I haven't watched it.
They rode Big Thunder Mountain in Disneyland 30 times. So there's 15 like bench seats on the train, and they did once on each seat. So like they would go in line one would sit on the left, one would sit on the right. They'd get back off, go back on, then they would switch whoever was on the left and the right. And then they get on car number 2, and they just keep switching. So they did all 30 seats of Big Thunder Mountain. They rode it like all day. It was pretty awesome. James, he said, I love Adam the Woo. He's awesome. I believe he visited your place one. Yeah, Adam and I are friends. We've done some videos together. We've done he's been here.
Yeah,
nice guy.
He was over my house, and Christine was not happy about it because the house was a mess, and I was like, "Come on, the guy used to live in a van. You think
down by the river?"
But Jeffrey says, "Am I hosting a new live stream this Wednesday?" I believe so. When will I switch back to Mondays? I don't know that I will switch back to Mondays. Part of the reason I was doing Mondays was because I couldn't be here. But it's easier for me to be here now because my daughter no longer has the meetings on Mondays that she used to have.
I would just stick to Wednesdays. I mean, it's kind of like, I think people kind of expect that now. They kind of like,
yeah.
I wouldn't change it. He's diehard a Christmas movie or not media freak. Who cares?
Supercell says Adam the Woo needs another cheesesteak with Krazy Joe. If he comes here again, I have an idea. I have an idea for a video that we can shoot. I got ideas.
We ever gonna do like Pittsburgh this summer?
I'd love to. I really want to. I need money. That's the problem is because we gotta get a hotel. We gotta do an over. Because here's the problem. I had an invite to stay somewhere, but they can only put one of us up. So we would need to get a hotel.
I've got to sleep, Mag. I'm fine with the floor. I don't need a bed or a couch.
I could ask.
So, I don't know. I really want to go out there. Again, I really want to go visit the Night of the Living Dead Cemetery.
Are we still doing the thing in February we talked about last year?
What's that?
Should I say it on the live stream, or should we keep it a surprise?
Say it. What do you want to do in February?
Last year, you and I talked about Groundhog Day falls on a Sunday this year, so we talked about going to Puxatawny.
Do you want to do that? I'm
interested.
Yeah, I would love to go to Puxatawny. Heck yeah! I mean, one thing I want to do this year, and I know not everybody's going to be on board with this, and I'm sorry to all you people who don't care about this. I really want to do more non-cinema hunting videos. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this channel is going to become like a non-cinema hunting video or a video channel. It's still going to be, I want to make it like 75% media hunting and then like 25% not, because look, I can't be going out movie hunting every day. I do well off this channel and off sales, and so I make a living off it. I can pay the bills. But I can't afford to be going out and hunting for movies every single day. That's a lot of driving. That's a lot of money. It's just I can't do it. Plus, even from my standpoint, I've been doing this for 9 years now. I still love hunting for movies. I have no plans on ever stopping hunting for movies. It's still something I obviously very much love doing, but I have other interests too. And I find it hard to do those other interests because I'm always thinking, man, I got to film something for tomorrow because I do a video every day. So I do want to make it some days where I'm like, hey, we're going to go visit, and see Punxsutawney Phil. Like, what's that? I mean, was Groundhog's Day even shot there?
No,
yeah.
It wasn't.
So there's no filming location. So yeah, that video might have nothing to do with movies whatsoever, but I don't care. Like, I want to do some more stuff like that. And I know some of you guys do enjoy these videos. Like, I get comments sometimes. You guys are like, oh, I love when you guys, when I went to Ringing Rock State Park and stuff, you guys are not, it's not State Park, I don't think, Ringing Rock Park. So a lot of you guys really enjoyed that and stuff like that. And I want to do more stuff like that. Again, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people out there only want to see me hunt for movies, and that's fine. But for my own sanity and for the sake of having fun, I want to change it up and do some other stuff.
Part of the reason I have never done haul videos. I mean, like, I guess I've done a couple here and there, but, like, I mean, you can count on one hand the number of those that you'll find on my channel. Part of the reason is because I don't have the money to keep going out and shopping, and I don't want to get an audience that thinks that's what they're going to get from me, because then I would feel obligated to keep doing that, and I can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, same thing here. I mean, I can't be going out all the time hunting for movies. I got Movie Freak says, you have millions of dollars, LOL, Disney bought out Cinema Sickness. They can if they want. If Disney wants to buy me out, okay. Disney wants to pay me $1 million and buy me out, sure. Go for it. I have an idea. You can combine cinema hunting with historical locations in one video per visit. Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. If I mean, it's not going to happen every time, but if I were to go out to a place, like, for instance, it never happened because it rained, but I guess it was it was the weekend before Halloween. We were planning on that Saturday going up to Knoebels. So we were gonna Disney classics. Mm-hmm. So we were gonna visit. We were gonna drive all the way up to Knoebels, which is a really awesome amusement park. But we were gonna stop at a flea market on the way up there, which would have been a hunting video. There's also Centralia, which is a town that has a whole underground mine fire thing going on, which we're going to visit. And then we're going to go to the actual amusement park itself. So that would have been 3 videos, but we would have got hunting in there because there's an amusement park, or a flea market on the way up there. So yeah, so if I go to a place that, some historical place, and I happen to pass a Goodwill, it's not like I'm not going to stop in. Sure, I'll stop in and make a video. Why not? But there are other days where I'm out with the family or something like that, and the only plan is to go to, like, Ringing Rock Park or something like that. So there won't be any hunting, in there. But I don't know.
And I'm just going to start, like, anytime I do a video that my 4-year-old's in, I'm just going to throw random profanity in there to prove it's not a children's video.
I know Steven says, Trapped in Paradise is very underrated. It is. You do what you do, I do what I do.
Thank you for my fancy sweater.
It's such a good movie. It's a great movie. Doesn't that take place in, is that Pennsylvania?
I think it does.
Yeah, that's a well, I don't know if it probably wasn't shot in Pennsylvania. It's probably shot in Canada or something, but it's supposed to take place in Pennsylvania. I was so bummed when I watched Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and it takes place in some, like, fictional town of Pennsylvania. They even go to Penhurst Asylum, and the whole thing was shot in Canada. I was like, yeah, you bastards.
Do you remember a TV show on CBS called The Class? It starred Jason Ritter, Lizzie Kaplan.
Wait, what is this?
The Class. It was a CBS sitcom.
Yeah.
that was set in the Philadelphia area, and I remember they would always reference like local places. Like the news reporter would be like, one character was a news reporter, and she'd be like, "I'm coming to you live from Upper Darby," and like and they'd always be giving out their phone number, but they'd always cut away so you didn't hear the full phone number, and they'd go, "My phone number is 610," then they'd cut away, and then someone else would be like, "Oh, my phone number is 215."
So they'd actually use the real area codes. Well, like the movie was it Island of the Dead, which was one of the Night of the Living Dead movies. It takes place in Delaware.
Survival of the
Is
Dead.
it Survival of the Dead? Okay,
I hated that movie.
It was so bad. But it takes place. Oh God, what's the name of the town it takes place in?
I don't remember.
But it takes place in
an island off the coast of Delaware.
It's a real town in Delaware, but there are no islands off of Delaware. So it is named after a real town in Delaware, but it doesn't exist on an island, and that's not what the town looks like. And they just kind of got the name from it. I was so bummed about that.
That was the only one of the Romero Dead movies that I hated. Like, I loved all the others. I loved the first three. I loved Land of. I loved Diary of. And then that came out, and I'm like, this is garbage.
I didn't care much for Diary.
See, I really like Diary. And Diary came out after Cloverfield. And I remember Cloverfield was like the first big... I mean, you know, it's not the first found footage movie, but it was like the first big, like, super big, produced, you know, like...
It was the first of it. It was not the first found footage movie. It's the first found footage movie, like, in that kind of, like, shaky cam
I think
sort of
Blair
thing.
Witch was the one that
but Blair Witch is done more... I think it's done in a different style. Blair Witch has a different feel than like the Cloverfield type movies have.
Let me put it this way: it was the first heavily promoted, like, potential blockbuster kind of found footage movie. And then a couple months later, Diary of the Dead came out, and I watched Diary of the Dead, and I remember thinking that's better than Cloverfield.
I gotta watch Diary of the Dead again. I remember not liking it though.
My favorite of all the found footage movies.
And it's Good Night, Kyle.
Is Chronicle.
Yeah, Chronicle's good.
Trashboat says, "Do we remember the NBC show The Cape?
I have,
6 seasons in a movie."
I have it.
The Cape was the show that started 6 seasons in a movie. You know about 6 seasons in a movie?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever watch Community?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I haven't. I have, but I haven't watched it.
On the TV show Community, Abed got obsessed with The Cape. Like the show The Cape was like Abed's favorite show for a minute, and Jeff Winger told him, "The show's terrible. It's going to be canceled." And Abed said, "No, 6 seasons in a movie."
Yeah. No, I still need to watch Community. I know it's really amazing, but I haven't watched it. How'd you see that guy's name again?
Which guy? High Root.
High Root. Good night, guys. He says, so good night, High Root, if I'm saying your name right. Jeremy, am I feeling better? I'm still sick, but I'm feeling much better. Yeah, last week I wasn't feeling very good at all. Definitely feeling better now. Still a little stuffed, but that's about it. Can you live stream in a Goodwill? Shout out? I don't know what the shout out part is, but can I live stream in a Goodwill? I mean, maybe. The problem with live streaming in in public is you got to worry about copyrighted music. So if you're in a Goodwill, they can't be blaring the music. And reception, because I've been in Goodwills where you head to the back of the store and you get no reception on your phone whatsoever. So that could be an issue. That's why I really wanted to do, like, I had this idea where I wanted to shoot, like, I wanted to do all these, like, live stream videos. I wanted to be like it'd be so much fun to be like a live streamer, every video I ever shoot would be a live stream. I think that'd be so much fun to bring you guys along with me for like everything I do. It'd be a blast. It's just, it's not practical. Like the more I think about it, like, it's just not going to work. There's going to be so many places where I'm not going to have like cell reception, so I won't be able to, I'll either not be able to get on to live stream, or I'll be cutting out constantly, or I have to worry about copyrighted music or something like that. So it's something I want to do, but it's not practical, unfortunately. I don't think it would work. It's a shame. You text me.
My brother is asking me about the degenerates swallowing teeth comment.
Oh.
He wants to know what that's all about now.
Is he watching, or did he see somewhere else?
No, he saw it on my Facebook.
Oh, I didn't see you put it on your Facebook. Huh. Did I like the new It movies? I've only ever seen the first one, Media Freak. I like the first one. I hear the second one's not as good.
The second one is not as good. I will say this. Rick makes it out to be a lot worse than it is. Rick really hated it. I think he's overdoing it. It's not nearly as good as the first one, but it's still pretty good. I think it's pretty good, but I think they needed to shave maybe about 40 minutes out of it. They needed to take out most of the stuff with the kids, because I know they wanted to have the kids in it because the kids were so popular in the first one, but the CGIing them to make them look younger didn't really work. It made some of them look kind of freakish, actually.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. What's like a salesman said he didn't find It Chapter 1 all that scary. I thought it was pretty scary. I like the fact that they how you played on the fear of the children stuff. I thought it was pretty good. I thought It Chapter 1 was great. I really enjoyed it. Although I had a hard time watching the very opening of it when Georgie gets his like arm freaking ripped off and stuff. I hate seeing kids get hurt in movies because it just that kid always automatically just turns into my son. So as soon as Georgie got his arm bit off and he was, in the street, with one arm trying to get away, my brain just pictured that as Sean, and I'm like, ugh, I'm having a hard time with this. Otherwise, it was a great movie. Wasn't the second part of the It miniseries not as good as the first part? God, I don't know. I've only ever seen. I will fully admit I've only ever seen the first or the original miniseries It once, because I liked it, but I wasn't like blown away by it. I mean, yes, Tim Curry's freaking awesome in it. He was great, but honestly, I liked it, but I was never blown away by it. I should give it another watch. Then.
I've honestly never seen it.
You never seen it? Oh.
I never saw it because
watch it. It's good.
I never saw it the first time around, and then I saw It Chapter 1, and I loved It Chapter 1, and then I thought, well, maybe I should watch the miniseries, but at that point, I was like, well, if I watch the miniseries, it could spoil the ending of It Chapter 2. Possibly. So I'm like, I should probably watch It Chapter 2 first, and then watch the miniseries.
Do I like the Misfits? You mean the band? Mega Mario 6? Yes, I do. I like
Jim and the Holograms better.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna go there.
We are the Misfits. Our songs are bitter. We are the Misfits, and we're gonna get her.
But I like the Glenn Danzig, and I also like it with Michael Graves.
Josie and the Pussycats, long hair and ears for hats.
That movie's good.
That movie is so underrated. It's a great movie. Great soundtrack
because it was performed by
Letters to Cleo. Lead singer from Letters to Cleo.
Yeah, it's so good. If you guys want to, it's one of my favorite soundtracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Josie and the Pussycat movie is amazing, and it has an amazing soundtrack.
It took 6 whole hours and 5 whole days,
or whatever.
For all your lies to come undone.
It's really good.
And those 3 small words.
Except for some of the songs, they have what's her name? Who plays Josie in the movie?
Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Rachel Lee Cook. Who's the drummer then?
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid, the girl with the jacked up boob job. Anyway, Tara Reid. There's some parts in the song where or the beginning of the song where she goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What she says, she's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it's so bad. I'm like, why do they have her do that? And then it kicks in with actually like a good song.
And that was the first movie.
See, when you type, people think that's me. What are you doing?
What?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I don't know. This thing's weird.
I'm not typing whatever's going on right now. This is Joe. I don't trust him. What are you? What are you doing? What did he write? Where's Krazy Joe on the? What did he ask? What did he say?
He listed his favorite YouTubers. He missed one.
Oh, 3 favorite wet movies, Cinema Sickness, and Wasting Money. I've never seen Wasting Money. I should check them out.
He missed one. He missed one.
There's some new movie called Hanukkah. It'll be Dick Miller and Sid Haig's final theatrical films. Oh no, I didn't know about that.
Dick Bando.
Is it a horror movie? Oh yeah, horror movie. Sorry, it does say horror movie. No, I haven't heard of that movie. I'll have to check it out.
But I was starting to say that was the first movie I ever saw Rosario Dawson in was Josie and the Pussycats.
I still haven't seen that new one where you get to see it all. What movie is that? I can't remember now.
Rosario Dawson?
Yeah.
Is it
Guys, what's
Alexander?
not like this new one? What's the new the not new but newer, like from the last couple of years, Rosario Dawson movie where, yeah, she bears it all. I've seen screenshots. It's impressive, but I haven't actually seen the movie. I need to watch it.
Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers. Jennifer Lopez was in that movie? Isn't that the one that was a Dirty Rotten Scoundrels ripoff? Where
I haven't seen it.
Anne Hathaway's like, oh, he's shooting at Rebel Wilson. Oh.
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Pastor of the Muppets is checking in from the ER. What's going on, man?
Oh yeah, that's not good. They said the movie was The Descent, but not the horror movie. So I guess there's another movie called The Descent. I gotta check the movie. I think I have it. Do I have it? I don't remember if I have it or not. I gotta watch it just because of yeah.
Oh, Jim Dugan says that's The Hustle.
Oh.
I thought The Hustle was that dance. Dave Perillo and I used to joke around about what Star Wars would have been like if it was a made-for-TV movie that aired on ABC in the 70s. And we were like, John Travolta would have been Luke Skywalker. Red Fox would have been the voice of Darth Vader. The Fonz would have been Han Solo. Chewbacca would have been played by Fozzie Bear. And Norman Fell, Mr. Roper, would be Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the Death Star would be a giant disco ball. And at the end, when they're going into the trench of the Death Star, it would be like dun 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 doo 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 doo.
Would have been the Star Wars disco theme.
And Darth Vader would be like, Luke, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. I'm your father, you big dummy. And Luke would be like, yeah, like up your nose with a rubber hose.
Wow. Hey, Mr. Vader.
Wouldn't you love to see that movie? Yeah. Then the Falcon, he tries to go to light speed. It doesn't work. He goes... So the Fods goes boom on the dashboard. And then he goes into light speed. And he goes... Hey, and Chewbacca goes waka waka.
Well, I want to see this movie. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I want to see this. I have seen the Star Wars Holiday Special. It was hard to get through. It is bad. It is so slow, and it is a hard watch, man. I think they'll ever release it to DVD. I think they'll ever get a re-release.
Well, here's the thing: the person who didn't want it seen is George Lucas. Now Disney owns it, and I'm like, well, if you're doing like, let's say you put out the 4K box set of Star Wars, why not throw it as a bonus feature? Why not?
It would be a good way to sell it, but make it like only available on that 4K release.
They're making merchandise based on it now because they just put out a Funko Pop of Boba Fett as he appeared in the holiday special because that was his first appearance. And The Mandalorian, the first episode of The Mandalorian had at least 3 references to the holiday special in it. One of the characters, the Mandalorian's first bounty, says he needs to get home in time for Life Day. And then the Mandalorian is carrying the weapon Boba Fett had in the animated segment. And then they teach him to ride this lizard creature, and he's standing on the lizard creature holding the weapon in the exact same pose that Boba Fett was when he was riding on that dinosaur creature.
That'd be cool if they released it. I'd buy it. It would if they did a 4K box set and they put that as a bonus feature, it would get me to buy it. As of right now, I have no interest in buying the Star Wars movie, like rebuying them in 4K. I mean, I already have the new ones in 4K, but
I would buy the theatrical cuts like that if they put them out. The original trilogy theatrical cuts, you got my money. It's probably the only way you'll get my money on Star Wars again. I've bought those movies enough.
Not do that? I thought the
well, that's a Lucas thing.
I thought like they don't actually have those cuts anymore.
Well, that's Lucas claims that, but I mean, there's a guy online. There's this thing. If you look online, there's a guy named Harmy who made Harmy's Despecialized Edition, and he went and he painstakingly restored the movies to their original format. Now they're bootlegs, but if Disney just like that guy already did the work. All Disney's basically got to do is say like, dude, give us we're gonna put what you put out on 4K.
I mean, I heard that the only transfers that are out there of the as close to theatrical as you can get are the laserdisc transfers. That's what I was told, which is why when they released the theatrical cuts on again I say theatrical cuts because the theatrical cuts have never released, not even the VHS. But when they released them to DVD, it was actually just a laserdisc transfers, and that's why they're letterboxed, not an actual anamorphic widescreen.
Right. Sav asked, is Star Trek the Animated Series the 4th season? Basically, there's questions about if the animated series is canon. Because Gene Roddenberry considered it canon when it was created, then years later decided it wasn't canon. However, since then, a ton of references to the animated series have been put in all the various spin-offs to the point where people are like, dude, it's canon.
Wait, what? Oh, what can I say about... We've already talked about Copa. I'm not worried about it as of right now.
Who's interested in what we have to say about it when you can hear what Arnold has to say about it?
Arnold?
Get to the Kappa.
It's Copa.
I'm
not worried about it right now. My channel's not really oriented towards kids. I don't think much of, I mean, except for maybe like my Disney videos, not much of what I do is really directed, could be considered for kids. So me personally, I'm not worried about it. The bigger issue is people like I'm John Mike. I'm so tired right now. I'm John Mike's the names. He was at RetroCon with us. Help me out here.
Pixel Dan.
Pixel Dan. People like Pixel Dan and stuff. He's already been getting kind of like hit with things because, his videos aren't directed. He's directing his videos to an adult collector base, but because it's toys, kids can watch that.
By the way, Andre the black nerd. We met him at RetroCon one year.
He was this guy. Yeah.
He was interviewed on the Toys That Made Us.
Oh,
How come they're not interviewing us, man? Where's our interview on the Toys That Made Us?
I don't think they really want to interview me for Toys That Made Us.
No, they get to interview me.
They get interviewed for
I know my toys.
How about for the movie formats that made us?
The formats that made us.
The formats that made it. I should start my own web series.
Formats that made us.
I should start my own series. The formats that made us. And every one will be DVD, VHS, Laserdisc, CED. Beta. We'll talk about them all.
You gotta do the audio formats too. Have like the 8-track episode. We'll do like everything.
Oh man. You could turn the movie collecting. You could turn into the movie collecting Howard Stern. Yeah. I mean, if I ever started to get hit by stuff, I guess I'd have to start cursing my videos again. I'm not against it if I have to, but I prefer not to. Dave, why do you have a candy cane in your arm? I don't. You mean my lighthouse?
That's his Robert Pattinson.
It's not a candy cane. It's a lighthouse.
That's his Pete's Dragon reference. It's a razzle dazzle day.
Do you know about James Format and the formats that made us? Yeah, that'd be cool. Joey baseball scams that made us. Yep.
Noah just bought a bunch of $2 Madea at Walmart. Does anyone remember? We were just talking about this last week, but does anyone remember the first Madea movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman? When it came out to theaters, the trailer, there was the trailer for the movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman, played it off as a dramatic film, but in this dramatic film was a dude in drag. I remember watching that trailer and going, what am I being advertised here? Because this looks like a drama, but it also looks like Big Mama's house. Like, I can't tell what's going on here. Does anyone else remember that?
I honestly remember because I just...
Weird.
What'll happen... Sam wants to know what'll happen when I run out of space. I'll kill my neighbors and move into their house.
Well, here's the thing about space. It's the final frontier.
It's true. It looks like a lighthouse. Like, that's how lighthouses look. Yeah, pretty cool. Ken Burns had a documentary about different media. It won't happen, but that'd be cool. Madea is the type of character you would see in Tropic Thunder. That's a good movie. I love that movie.
I'd like to
James keeps asking if I've seen Manos Hands of Fate. Yes, I have.
I'd like to get together with Ken Burns and play the violin. Because then it would be crazy.
Where's this going?
Then it would be Krazy Joe fiddled while Ken Burns.
Yep, I knew that was going somewhere.
Yeah, it went there.
Yeah, it did. Anyway, we got 10 more minutes to go, so if you guys have any like big questions, ask them now or forever hold your peace. Because, again, 10 minutes from now.
If you want to hear from the Super Chat Hippo, you can't till Wednesday night, but come on over. Crazy After Dark, hear from the Super Chat Hippo.
Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Super Chat Hippo.
At YouTube.com/Megapodtastic.
Did you get to squeeze the Super Chat Hippo when
I
you were
did.
over the other day?
I squeezed your hippo.
Did it feel satisfying?
Yes, squeezing your hippo was the highlight of my career. What's the meaning? What? Oh, what's the meaning of life? It's a movie by Monty Python. It's a great movie.
Aubrey says, "What format do you think will come after 4K?" I think it'll be the holodeck from Star Trek, where you're just there, things appear around.
I don't know if we'll get a format. Do you think we'll get a format after 4K?
Not really. I think 4K is probably the last physical format.
I wouldn't be surprised because I mean, they're talking about what 8K and stuff like that and everything, but I don't know if we'll ever if we'll ever get it because I mean, DVD is still selling well. Blu-ray is not even selling nearly as well as DVD.
Is
4K barely sells at all.
The truth is, unless you're a cinephile, if you're like a person like I imagine you watching this channel, us, we notice the difference in quality. But you think of your grandma, think of your mom, think of your uncle. How many times have you gone in to like your uncle's house and he's watching a show in the wrong aspect ratio and he doesn't even know. Yeah. And the image is like stretched out and you're like,
my grandma does that.
You know that's in the wrong aspect ratio, and they're like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean?" And you're like, "Can't you tell they look like they're in a fun house?" No, I don't know what you mean. That's the average person. So you put a DVD in a Blu-ray player and it gets upscaled. That's good enough for them. They can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not going to do much better.
Because like collectors all the time are like, oh, I can't understand why DVD still sells so well and Blu-ray hasn't taken off. And that's the reason why. It's because you watching this live stream and us, yeah, we're gonna want to buy Blu-ray. We're gonna want to buy 4K. We're gonna want to watch these movies in this great format. But like you said, you know, your average Joe out there, you isn't gonna care about that. You know, your grandmother isn't gonna be like, I gotta watch this movie in high definition. Your mom is gonna be like, I gotta watch this movie in high definition. DVD is just fine for them. The Irishman, you know, it's playing in some very, very few theaters, but it basically debuted on Netflix. And there was an interview today, excuse me, where Martin Scorsese was begging people, please don't watch my movie on your phone. Like, the idea of people sitting watching The Irishman like this on a phone was horrifying to him. But the reason he had to say it is because people do that. Like, if people are going to sit and watch a movie like this, that's small, and that's good enough for them, then, like, I mean, the quality, the way they're seeing things, that's not that important. Yeah, a lot of people don't care. Yep. What's my favorite holiday side dish besides mashed potatoes and stuffing? Well, first of all, I like mashed potatoes. I don't like stuffing. Cornbread? Does that count?
I like my spinach casserole. If you guys want my spinach casserole recipe, let me know. I'll give it live on my Wednesday live stream. I don't have it with me. I'll give it to you now.
I'm gonna pass. You can keep your.
It's really good.
I don't like casseroles. I don't like spinach.
Movie Collector asks what we think of DreamWorks wanting to revive the Shrek film series. Well, here's what's interesting. DreamWorks is now owned by Universal Studios.
Oh, is it?
And Illumination is also owned by Universal Studios. And it's actually not DreamWorks that's going to revive the Shrek series.
You mean Comcast?
Yeah, Illumination is making Shrek 5 or whatever it is.
They do another Shrek movie?
Yeah, they're making another Shrek movie, but Universal handed it over to Illumination to make it. Which, if you think about it, makes sense. DreamWorks, DreamWorks was almost a rival to Pixar when it first started. But how many DreamWorks movies lately have really made a huge splash? On the other hand, Illumination, they're like printing money. The Secret Life of Pets movies do well. The Grinch did really well last year. The Minion movies do really well. So they tasked Illumination with reviving Shrek.
I hope it'll be good. I've never... do they have a whole cut of Shrek? Chris Farley's Shrek? I've seen clips of Shrek done, voiced by Chris Farley. They didn't do the whole movie with him, did they?
I don't know.
I don't think they did the
were
whole
working
movie.
on it.
Yeah, I know they were, but they didn't do the whole movie with him, I don't think. Thanks, Jeremy. Good night.
Hey Dave, name the song we've been spending most our lives. Huh?
No,
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Oh, it was 90% of it was done with Chris Farley? I didn't know that. I didn't know they got that far with the movie. Okay.
Do you remember when Third Rock from the Sun did a cliffhanger ending for a season? And in the cliffhanger, it was going to be resolved in the season premiere the next year. The cliffhanger ending starred, guest star, Phil Hartman. And they needed Phil Hartman to come back to reprise the role for the season premiere to finish the story.
But he was murdered by his
wife.
wife?
Yeah, he died in between seasons. And they were like...
He just
what do we
died. He
do
was
now?
murdered by his
Well, yeah,
wife.
he was murdered by his wife. So they actually had to go back and reshoot the season finale with a new actor. It had already aired. It aired with Phil Hartman,
Oh.
but then they had to go back and reshoot it with a new actor because they needed that character for the premiere, and Phil Hartman wasn't available anymore. I never checked. I have all the seasons on DVD, but I never checked to see if they included the Phil Hartman version.
You know, I've watched them and I don't remember that, so I want to say no. But I could be
would
wrong.
it have been in with bonus features, or would it have been in with the actual...
I don't know. Huh. I don't know. Oh, gosh. News Radio is such a good show,
yeah.
Steven. Yeah, that's a great series. So good. DreamWorks is like Disney... Oh, okay. I'm not going to read that, but all right.
I'd say the best, I think in my mind, the best DreamWorks movies are the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. Those are fantastic.
They're good, yeah.
And I really, really, really liked Monsters vs. Aliens. I actually thought Monsters vs. Aliens...
What about the classics like Road to El Dorado and...
That was okay. I didn't love that one, but it was okay.
I like their newer stuff's fine and all, but I loved Road to El Dorado and
I'll tell you this.
what's one about Moses and stuff?
Prince of Egypt.
Yeah,
That was
Prince of
really
Egypt's good.
But I'll tell you this.
Spirit.
I actually liked Ants better than A Bug's Life. I thought Ants was hilarious. A Bug's Life was good. I liked A Bug's Life, but I loved Ants.
I gotta watch Ants again. It's been a while.
Iron Giant. Well, Iron Giant was a Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's
movie,
Warner Brothers,
but,
yeah.
But Iron Giant is phenomenal.
Dude, Road to El Dorado is possibly my favorite DreamWorks movie. This movie's so good.
You know, Brad Bird made Iron Giant, and then Brad Bird went on to make the Incredibles movies, and then he made the transition to live action with Mission Impossible. Brad Bird, and I never hear his name bandied about. I never hear anyone throw his name out there. I would love to see Brad Bird do a Superman movie. I think he would nail Superman.
Maybe. Whistling Salesman says Prince of Egypt had incredible animation. Yeah, all those early DreamWorks movies, they were very Disney-esque. They had a very Disney feel to them, and I thought they were done. I honestly, when I remember the first time I had seen those movies, I was like, wow, Disney's got competition. These are up there, in my opinion. I was because I always had Disney on that pedestal. Disney movies, man, they're so much better. And then I started seeing these DreamWorks movies Prince of Egypt and Road to El Dorado and Spirit and stuff like that. And I was like, they've got competition. Like
Yeah.
the animation
Well,
is so beautiful.
Here's the thing: Prince of Egypt and Ants and a lot of these early ones, they were just good movies. They were just really well made movies. But then you started to get into the Shrek movies, and the Shrek movies were entertaining. Like, I'm not putting down the Shrek movies; they were entertaining, but they had all these pop culture references. And it made me like they did a bullet time scene where like
Yeah.
Fiona jumped up and did bullet time, and I'm like, well, you're really stamping this movie in a time and place. It's not gonna doesn't gonna have that timeless feel. And the funny thing is, I think most of the Pixar movies were most of the DreamWorks movies got to be like that after a while.
Well,
But
the DreamWorks movies, I mean, they're great and all, but a lot of them did get to be like
right,
like a lot of modern CGI movies. Like
Right.
they just kind of got roped into that whole like it's just another CGI animated movie.
but the funny thing is, like, you take like the How to Train Your Dragon
those
trilogy,
are different. They're great. Yeah.
Those could be Pixar movies. You could put
Mm-hmm.
the Pixar brand logo on that, and I wouldn't know the difference. But then on the other side of the coin, you've got Ralph Breaks the Internet. In my mind, that could be a DreamWorks movie. It's nothing but pop culture references, and let's reference the Disney princesses, and let's reference Star Wars, and let's reference, and I don't like that movie.
Well, anyway, it is 10 o'clock, so I think we should wrap this up. Is it snowing? Check your weather. Because I want to go get food. I'm hungry.
Thank you, Will1982. Will1982 just subscribed to me.
No snow?
According to this, it is not snowing right now.
We got no snow at all.
To
Oh
be
my
fair,
God.
it was snowing when I got here,
Oh, okay.
but like we're talking like super light flurries.
They were seriously calling for so much freaking snow today. We got jack crap. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy about. I hate snow, but it's just, it's like, come on.
Joey Baseball says, "What's wrong with pop culture references?" Nothing is necessarily wrong with pop culture references, but
It does date your
if
movie.
you watch something like, Snow White, it's timeless. Like, you can watch Snow White today. You can watch it, when it first came out. It's got a timelessness to it. And a lot of the movies, like I'd even say like Frozen or Moana, there's nothing that like timestamps those movies. But when you put like references to cops in your movie or references to the Matrix, you're really putting a timestamp on your movie. Like one example I always give is Scary Movie. In the movie Scary Movie, they have that whole scene where the killer calls up and goes, "What's up?" And they do the "What's up" commercial. That was a commercial from 2000. I mean, like, if you showed that to a kid today who wasn't around in 2000,
Yeah.
do they know what that commercial is? Like that's it. That's a very, very dated reference. So
No, I agree. But all right, guys, that is it. What's for dinner? I don't know. Or you have to go home, right?
yeah, I
All
gotta
right.
get going.
I'm not gonna get dinner with this guy. I don't know. Burger King probably. Probably BK. The BK broiler, right? Or BK Lounge.
Yep.
Go to BK Lounge. So, all right, guys. That's it. So, we're going to go. So, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. Went the full 2 hours. A lot of you guys were asking about, quickly before we go, a lot of you were asking about, will I be doing live streams in Florida while I'm down there? I plan to. Again, I might not go do full 2 hour live streams. I'll be by myself or with my family or whatever. But I do still want to do live streams. So, yes, every Monday, 8 o'clock, I do plan on doing a live stream, at least checking in, doing something. Yeah, so once Friday hits, I'll be doing a video probably on my drive down to Georgia. Then I'll be doing some hunting videos and some whatever videos in Georgia. I got probably a bunch of those coming to your way. And then it's going to be like 3 weeks of Disney videos. So sorry guys, for those of you who don't like Disney, you're going to have a lot of that coming your way in the near future. But for those of you who do like it, awesome. So, all right. Pickles, ew. Why is everybody talking about pickles? Pickles are gross.
Yeah, pickles are really disgusting.
I'm not gonna eat a pickle, no.
I wouldn't eat a pickle either.
No.
Pickles are yuck.
They're just no. Not as bad as onions, but they're disgusting.
Oh, I love onions.
Why is Sav crying? You don't like Disney videos? Or is he sad because we're leaving?
Hey, little girl, why are you crying? 'Cause I want to see King Kong Lives. Oh, well, you can't see King Kong Lives 'cause Melvin Smiley has it and he hasn't returned it yet.
What's that from?
Oh, you disappoint me.
What was it?
The Big Hit.
Oh, okay. Oh, Sav's because we're leaving. All right, so a lot of people, some people like Disney videos. See, the problem with Disney videos is that I get those people who leave comments like, "Oh, stop shooting all this Disney stuff. We want to see you go hunting." And it's like, dude, I'm on vacation with my freaking family. I don't have to be shooting anything for you all. I could literally say to you guys, "Hey, going on vacation. See you in 3 weeks. Peace out." But I don't. I still shoot a video for you every freaking day. And when people complain, it drives me nuts. It's if you don't like it, then fine. I understand if Disney videos aren't your thing. Just don't watch them. Just don't watch them. That's what I gotta do. But when people complain, it's like, dude, I'm on freaking vacation. I don't have to shoot a damn thing for you. Anyway, Sav likes Disney. As long as Sav likes it, that's all I care about. I'll make my videos for Sav. All videos in Disney are being dedicated to Sav. There you go. So, Whistling Sales Mount Universal. I'll be shooting one.
I want you to put that
Universal movie.
I want you to put that in your intro while you're in Disney. I want you to be dedicated to Sav for every.
When Sav sends me the
I throw down the gauntlet.
When Sav sends me the car, was it a Ferrari he's supposed to send me? When I'm driving around my Ferrari, I'll dedicate every video to Sav. Every video from now on will be dedicated to Sav when he sends me that Ferrari. So, all right. Anyway, we gotta get going. So anyway, guys, that is it. So as always, thank you guys for checking this video out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, check down below for a link to Joe's channel, Megapodtastic. If you guys want some more live streams, come Wednesday night. This guy does a live stream, and if you give him a super chat, he will squeeze his hippo for all of you live on camera.
I should pimp out, by the way, I'm taking part once again in the Dog Days of Advent podcasting challenge. A podcast a day, every day from December 1st to December 25th. Same time frame as the Whamageddon challenge, by the way. And I promise you, if you listen to the Megapodtastic Daily Podcast, you won't lose the Whamageddon challenge because we won't play it on the podcast. I promise you that.
All right. Am I going to Cast Connections again? I plan to. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to, but in theory, as of right now, the answer to going to Cast Connections is a yes. It's not necessarily up to me. It's still up to the cast member I know down there. But as long as everything goes according to plan, yes, I will be going to Cast Connections. Again, that's the plan. Do not hold me to that, but that's the plan. So. All right. Anyway, again, that's it. So I'll also check down below for links to, of course, Patreon, Spreadshirt, Spreadshirt. Although, check down below. There should be a thing like a bar that pops up now where it shows you T-shirts. That's actually through a T-Spread, or no, not T-Spread. T-Spread, right? Is that the name of the T-Spread? I think is what it's called. No, Spreadshirt. What the heck's the name of the T? I don't remember the name of the company anymore. T something.
Was that the thing at the bottom?
It's not Spreadshirt. It's T something. Yeah.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys show me how to do it.
Okay. You might have, I don't know if you have enough, I think you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. We'll see. You might be able to. Whatever it's called, T something. You can find all kinds of cool t-shirts on there, like my Physical Plus t-shirts on there, my Disney t-shirt, Teespring, thank you. You have a Disney Plus t-shirts on, or I'm sorry, Physical Plus t-shirt, Disney t-shirt, things like that I couldn't put on other sites. They're up there. I have a Blank Me sandwich shirt up there, so check that out, guys. But anyway, I gotta go. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. I will see you guys in the next video. All right, that's it. Seriously, we're done.
Wearing those pajamas.
What the hey? See you guys. Bye. So as I said in the live stream, they were calling for a lot of snow today. So I went out last night and bought some food just in case I was snowed in. And we were not. We got like no snow at all. So today I was living off that food I bought because I did not want it to go to waste. So I have not eaten any fast food. And as somebody who lives off fast food, I am fiending right now. So, nectar of the gods.